Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sabado podcast, and we're back with the segment of Talk of the Week. But actually, first and foremost, I just want to thank the viewers, listeners that's been, messaging us, approaching us, like, even in person, saying how they like, saying that they've been loving the episode so far, and we truly appreciate it because I'm not gonna lie, like we didn't have any expectations like this, and it's really nice that we just have even if it's like we've never met before, it's much appreciated. I'm pretty sure the lads here feel the same and they can support that. I also want to do a special shout out to JJ from Singapore because I put something out on my stories about some guy that was heavily criticizing me, but I thought I'd put a positive spin on it.
Just for the viewers, just for the listeners, what did he say? Just so everyone knows.
Oh, what did he say? He said, let me find it, sorry. He said, what did he say again? And I remember, oh yeah, he said, now Joey has Carlina and Junior is mogging his total. Why is his paying for a coach pure self-improvement or? And obviously, like, through, I don't know, just simple investigative work, I looked at his profile. He's never competed before. And this is what I kind of want to bring up because, like, this podcast is by lifters for lifters, and this guy clearly has never competed. So I just want to clarify as well, while I have the opportunity to, is that even though like we all banter each other here, it's because we have the rapport to do so. We've all experienced like a certain level of competition, so we know what we all like talking about. So I don't want anyone to ever get twisted that they can just do the same like on social media and think it'll be calm. I'm not, but the thing is though, I'm not gonna expose this guy. But if you message me privately, I might just tell you what his actual total and body weight and everything is. But other than that, let's begin Talk of the Week segment. First topic, Espen, let's go, bro.
First topic. Well, seeing as you guys went to Gymshark yesterday to do squads, I mean, talk to me. How was it?
It was alright still.
That's it. Yeah. That's what you can fucking say. Fucking hell.
Next topic, let's go.
Yo, there's only so much you can do as a spectator. Listen.
Was Espen, was that question to the real internationals or it was for Joey?
For the real internationals, that is so savage.
Martin, how are you gonna throw your own coach under the bus, man?
To be fair though, I'm glad Joey came because they never had a camera tripod. Listen, guys, straight for the throat. Told you, man,
No,
it's on you.
Juris is just bitter that I'm not going Malta, innit? Fucking. But is it?
Why are you not going Malta?
I'm not gonna lie, though.
You're not on your own. You're not on your own, Joey. Neither's Mo. He hasn't bought his tickets yet, so you're good to go.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was actually gonna say Mo has seen the ticket prices for Malta. Mo has seen like the accommodation price for Malta. So like just from that alone, I'm pretty sure you can understand why.
It is a lot.
Mo's cutting down to 34 so he can fit in my bag. It looks halfway there.
But talk to me, guys. How was it though? How was squads?
Well, I enjoyed it, man. Me personally, I
It was
thought
motivated.
It's always not because like, I train in a garage. I train by myself. Like most of the time, I'm looking at a garage fucking door. So for me, like any environment that gets me out of that really, really gives me a boost. And like it was some strong people. Everyone was really supportive. I was being spotted by two of the best squatters in GB. So I was like, I was confident, you get me? And then Mo was behind me as well.
I was going to say that. I was behind you, so don't
I had two of the best spotters in Mo. No, but for me, it's a good day, man. I really enjoy it. I constantly have people saying to me, yo, it must be so calm, like having to train in a garage. But when you get an environment, you realize that you love having an environment. It gives you that little boost. So, good day for me.
What about you, Durans?
Oh, me was same as usual, so I did what I had to do. But to be fair, it was.
You did what you had to do. Rumor has it you misread your program.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind. So.
Did you misread your program?
I did. I did. Yeah.
Okay, so for the listeners, what were you supposed to do yesterday?
My back off was 295 for two sets of two.
And you did 290.
I did 290.
Before we go to what Jones did, though, 295 for backup sets of two. That's insane. Like
as an 83.
I know, maybe we might talk about Malta or internationals coming up. I know Jones is an old lion and he's not going to be going for anything, blah, 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 blah. But as a GB squatter, doing 290 for like back off sets is nuts. Like, respect that.
To put that
nuts.
into perspective, like I'm a 120, so what? 3 weight classes above you, and I was only doing 3 or 5 back off triples.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
You know what?
I think
For anyone listening though, if anyone wants to guess, that wasn't at Gymshark, obviously. Anyone guesses what his was it optional top single was? Yeah, that is never optional for endurance, bro. He just sees numbers and sometimes
Misreads
does
them.
it.
well, I think there's one. I mean, again, right? There's one thing about me is I'm not the type of lifter where you give me a range and you expect me to pick the lowest or the mid. I just pick the top. If I die, I die. I've always been like that all the way through, and Joey knows he can vouch for it.
But you didn't pick
I've
the
never.
top though this time.
So the
You picked
295. So
290.
basically, the
Nah,
295.
nah,
No, actually,
man's exposing
no, the back off.
fraud
The
can
back off, I didn't have a range at all. So basically, what happened, right?
okay,
I'm not gonna lie, right?
That
What
makes it
happened is-
worse. That makes it worse.
I know. What happened, right? The truth is, when I left home, you know them one when you already have a number in your head, right? I knew my program was like, I should have looked at my program when I get to Gymshark. But when I left my house, I was already thinking, okay, I got a top set of this much weight, and then my back off is 290. And then it should have been 295. So again, I did apologize to Joey, but we understand because again, the top set, I could have picked the min, but I picked the highest.
Do you not check your program? Like for me, for example, as I'm warming up, I'm constantly looking at my program.
Yeah. I checked my program in the beginning of the week.
Did you check like this?
Yeah.
Man was like, yo, what am I hitting today? Oh yeah, that's the one.
But the squad was really good, Espin, into your question. It was really good. And I wasn't too happy with my squad. I've never been happy with my squad anyway, in terms of like it's not where I want to be with my squad. There's still more in there, but we're a little bit behind on the squad. But the deadlift is one that actually blew me away. So to smoke that top set as a double, it felt like a warm up. And then I truly believe if Malta came yesterday, that weight I hit for a double yesterday could have been a warm up. Not gonna lie.
So, Espin, your mic's off. Well, I think you're just asking about me. So I was there in person, or just for the members to know of our viewers, we were there as squads. You know, normally when someone's going for a top heavy single, Durance is saying the top single didn't move amazing, right? You've seen lifters in your gym, they have a 200, 180 squat. They brought the chalk, they brought the fresh knee sleeves, they brought the wrist straps. They're prepared, you know, they're looking for the perfect IPF because they're not going to use bumper plates. It's only calibrated with colors and the ideal competition IPF bar, right? The man over there scored 307.5 in less than 20 minutes with some random power bar that was in the gym when there were competition bars in the area, and he's complaining about the speed on the squat. For myself, it was very impressive. I'm behind on schedule for my training, but it was fun just seeing a lot of like top tier lifters. Like you saw, Indy was there, Aaron Thompson was there, scoring 375 for a single. That was insane to experience.
Yo, stop exposing GB man them numbers, bro.
Oh, he posted it already. He posted it.
No, but you exposed Durance as well, and I was
Nah, man,
I know. Mama just he forgot to say that he forgot to say that in the squad.
You know what,
double.
Yo, man them with the toothpick legs. Let's not expose man them. Come on.
But Mo, to be fair, your 290 for a double moved really well. It did move really good as well.
Nah, it could have been better. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Mo's just glad I changed the bar.
As a 105, I squatted Durance's back down. So give you reference as to how amazing this man is. So yeah.
You hear me now? There we go.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say though, for obviously looking at everyone, and on top of that, looking at everyone's reaction after someone lifted, I found it very interesting, the array of, I don't know, sort of reactions, and especially for Durance's squat, Mo immediately was like, and I was just there going, nah. Like,
were you not happy with it? Coach hat on.
It was just like I said to Mo immediately. I told you like it looked too kind of like unstable at the top, and then obviously with the factors that was there, you know, no chalk, like using some really smooth, like skinny pure gym bar sort of like, you know, feeling that like knurling on it, like crazy that he's doing that insane weight.
Yeah, because like when I was warming up with it, because I jumped in straight after Durance, like I warmed up to 220 and like I unracked the bar pretty sharp, and at the top it was like Espin during deadlifts. It was all doing all this weird shit. So I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? And then it had no knurling like at all whatsoever. So I was like, what bar is this? And it ended up being like a training bar. So I think if you had like a proper bar, decent knurling, that singles, doubles, they would have moved so much easier. For me, I honestly think the Eleiko, right, I'm probably way off base, but for me personally, the Eleiko bar whips more than my Rogue bar for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
I think to me, right, the Eleiko there was 2 Eleiko bars there, and I'm talking about the one we normally use in comp. I'm not talking about the new Eleiko because they had some Eleiko performance bars as well. But the performance bar, I tried the performance bar on the deadlift. I'm not a big fan of it. I know Eleiko probably they're not going to sponsor me in the future if I get to that level. But
was that the training bar? Was that the training bar?
Bro,
with the weightlifting bar.
Durance was warming up with the weightlifting bar.
Jesus Christ.
What were you using the
15 kg?
bar?
Oh no! It was a
no,
20 kg one.
Joey, I had the performance bar. Joe had the weightlifting bar.
No, Joy did.
Side. No, Joe and Joy, they had the weightlifting
Christ.
bar, and I had the performance bar.
We can hear you, bro. We can hear you, Espen.
Yeah, but the problem I had with that performance bar is I know a lot of people are talking a lot of good stuff about it. It's not a good bar on the deadlift because yesterday I did pull more than pretty much everybody yesterday. No one pulled more than what I did yesterday.
Tony pulled 350, but just no one knew because he just did it and walked away. Like kept it so low.
Yo,
doing Tony things.
He made sure nobody's watching, and he's like, "Aight, let's do this.
Pull my 350 now and go."
Yeah.
Literally, I like six calibrated on, and like everything else was bumpers.
Yeah.
You made sure to confuse everybody else. So because that Eleiko bar they had, the one we normally use, but they had a very old one, the Eleiko bar. You know, even though the one that as we swapped with Aaron, that was still whippy as fuck. You know, but so it was a good session.
All in all, good session. You guys all feeling good, ready?
Everyone looked healthy. The good thing is that everybody did look really healthy, which was really good. And one of the things as well I liked yesterday was that I've never seen, because I've been to many squad compared to more in Indy. I've been to so many of them. One of the things I liked yesterday was.
Yeah, I was going to say, sorry, Mr. Commonwealth.
Mr. Champion, sir.
Did you guys notice yesterday, even like, although it was just a training session, but everyone was into everybody's lift?
Yeah, I was going to say, we'd even highlight the women were also killing it there.
They were amazing. They were amazing.
Is that what you're going to say, yeah?
Well, I don't want to share numbers, but like,
you
already started. You know, might as well finish strong.
That is true. We don't know if they want to.
Hemi was hitting like 172 for like easy weight. Her best score is maybe around 195. You had like Annie was doing insane numbers. You had everyone was killing it. You also had your girl, the Jocket too. First time meeting her in person, killing it. Obviously, amazing squats. I think she did 160.
Yeah,
for double. Was 165 for double. Yeah, that's insane, man. So. Yeah,
there were some good numbers flying around yesterday. It was a good atmosphere, good numbers. The kit was actually pretty decent, to be fair. And it's nice having an atmosphere, man.
Yeah, that atmosphere made it.
Indy, a shout out to the lady that brought us extra plates. Sometime you guys give credit to credit.
Jenny Sherwood from West Midlands. Big shout out to her, and shout out to West Midlands in general, because obviously Gymshark only have so many plates, so she took time out of her own day, bought her own plates across, calibrated ones, without which we would have all really fucking struggled. I think so.
Big
huge shout out to them.
And then she will hear this. She will hear this because we've had messages from her. Big shout out to her for listening to us too, because that means a lot. Coming from someone, you know, not even the same region as us, like tuning in. But let's talk about the.
So boys, big change coming soon. So obviously this past week, with the news of this whole sumo deadlift change rule thingy. So obviously there's
hold on. When I said change, I thought maybe you want to talk about Tosha resigning after World.
I think you should have announced that one a bit better.
Maybe we should have waited.
That was endurance.
We should have. I mean,
This is why Jurins don't host the podcast. If anyone's interested, yeah, this is why.
do you know what I love the most as well? And Durans rocks up to this podcast 1 hour late, and then he just gives the biggest mic drop. Like, okay, now Durans, one job.
We'll speak about that next. We'll speak about it next, and we'll cover it properly.
We'll get to the next, yeah, and we'll get to after. So, all right, sumo deadlift.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was changes with the bench that got done now. That's been all, it's already in place. But now they're talking about the whole deadlift thing. So I don't even know what the rule support is going to be. I don't know if they're going to ban sumo as a whole and just go straight to conventional, which I highly doubt that because they'll lose so many fucking competitors if they also do that. I think my personal opinion is that they're going to probably change the stance. They're probably going to have to,
Pete Spence covered it. He made a post on it. I'm not sure if you watched it, but after the Asian championships, I think it was, there was loads of issues with like the sumo stance being too wide, weights and injuries and things like that, obviously. So it's essentially looking at trying to quite possibly limit how far out your feet can be. I don't know how they're going to do it. No one knows. It's all just going to be speculation. Me, conventional player, I don't give a fuck. Ban sumo, fuck them all. But but nah, you can't do it. You try and like I'm with Bryce Krocek on this. I'm not a fan of like constantly adding in restrictions like for stuff like this, because I get the whole Olympic thing, but like for me, you need to put your lifters first.
Yeah, but
is it going to affect any lifters? And do you guys know any specific lifters that have such a wide sumo stance though?
Yeah,
I think the main issue is people really flare out their toes, isn't it? That's where the main problem happens. If your toe, you can have a wide stance, but also if your toes are then really flared out, that's when you get the plate hit in the toes.
Yours isn't that wide, is it?
Most is quite wide.
Mid stance. Mine's mid stance.
I'm not fucked. Mine's alright.
You are fucked.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll conventional more than Joey's 1 rep max for a set of 10. I'm good.
No, you won't.
Are we calling man out here? We need to see this happen. Joey, what's your 1 rep max?
240.
4-5.
You gonna do 245 or 10?
Conventional.
Yeah.
Conventional.
I'll give you 245.
Even me, I can't do that, but what the fuck are you
We're gonna see it. We gotta see it now. The offer's being made. SBN has the conventional 245 for 10. And if he doesn't, there's gotta be a forfeit in here. Because you can't give it 10 like that and then
can I use straps?
No. The fuck?
No.
The fuck?
No, come on.
Do you use
come on, what? Bro, yeah, exactly.
10 reps is a lot, though. 10 reps is a lot.
Mo.
Look at Mo.
Relax, bro.
Ask Mo. Exactly.
Relax, bro. I'll get onto you as well, bro. Don't watch that, bro. You were nice to me yesterday, and I gave you that leeway. But it's a new day today.
Come on, Mo's the king of holding on to deadlifts. It's not moving. Listen, yeah, I don't even think with straps you pull it for 10.
No?
Low key though. Sorry, yeah.
I can't do it.
No, we're not talking about a sumo here, mate. Conventional, bro.
Conventional.
I know. Yeah.
You snap.
Yeah? Okay.
Bro.
You're gonna end up looking like that daddy long legs that accidentally flies into the fan in the middle of summer, bro.
I know I can do it, but it's fine.
I know you can do 5'6", you can do it.
To be fair, that's not a hard weight to move for a 74.
Oh yeah, so, back to the topic I had.
So all in all, then, like, okay, so is it even with your feet pointing outwards? Then they're gonna have to change that, so now it has to point in. So it's almost like
we don't know. We don't know.
Okay, but
I think realistically speaking, there's no start command with the deadlift. So the only thing they can realistically speaking do is when you set up the deadlift, the judge at the center will just look in and say, as soon as they see you set your stance, if they see you get close to the plates, they'll probably just go, you need to come closer.
I don't like
because
that.
there's no start command from the deadlift.
I don't like
it's going to be a weird one.
Yeah, well, if you got some size 13 people there, like with some fucking foul feet.
But I would say it like this though. If I had to like sort of make a smart speculation, if you want to call it that, is they would need something that they could like standardize across the board, kind of like the elbow depth on bench, right? So the closest I can get to it is sort of like, on the bench when you have to have your index on the ring. As long as your start position on a deadlift, your shins are still like you know, within line. It doesn't necessarily be inside, but within the line of that index, then, you know, the stance can still, it won't be too far wide, you know what I mean? Because the index markers are.
But then you can't change it though. Like,
the question is the problem stance width for sumo or plates hitting people's toes? Because obviously, as a taller lifter,
I
when
thought it
I
was the
sell
plates hitting toes.
yeah, so but because if it's a 47 kg lifter, for example,
Yeah.
and they have a wide stance,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. They could be outside the rings, but
that-
they'll not
that
even be
could-
close to the plates.
I could argue back and say that could be like a cause for injury also, because we all know how slippery the platform gets, like just in any level of competition really. And if someone's wide enough and they're producing that force, like for sumo, laterally, they're gonna slip and, I don't know, literally hurt themselves. So
it's the same, man. It can happen if you're I don't know.
It can
man.
happen
It's
what,
a
bro?
hard one.
You can't happen if it's
It can happen
conventional.
if you're talking about slipping, right? And let's say you're inside the rings. If you slip aggressively enough, you can also make your way to the plates. You know what I mean? If you're
but
slipping, you're
further
slipping
away
either way.
though.
so in conclusion though, you just have to play it safe and start training like have the same stance as James Adcock, that frog stance.
Just do frog stance.
Literally.
Yeah.
Just to
Not gonna
fucking be on
work
the
for
safe side.
people though.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna get to that point
it's
where
gonna-
if that's the case, that's the only route we can take.
This is why I'm
yeah.
saying I'm not a fan of adding more restrictions.
Yeah.
It's not like, I know we all like talk this sumo conventional bollocks, and I give sumo pullers, like, generally speaking, I give you lads stick for pulling sumo, but generally I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever someone pulls, they pull. Like, it's within the rules. Like, carry on, crack on, do what the hell you need to do. Like, it doesn't bother me.
Imagine Indy trying
just-
to pull sumo.
I've pulled
I
sumo
just really.
in training though, not in comp.
What does it
But
look
because-
like?
but
I
Indy,
can't even
to get
imagine
to-
that.
It looks like Espin's total, bro. Shit.
I've done 265 for 3 sets of 5 conventional before. Block pulls though. Does that count?
No.
Block pulls. Block pull.
I think Indy, I think after this episode you should post your convention and tag Sabado so we can share it. Sorry, your sumo.
My
So you can
sumo,
share
bro. This was so
Yeah.
many years ago. I don't even know
Don't
if I'll
matter,
be able to
find it.
find it. I
Find
ain't
it.
finding that, bro. I can't pull sumo, which is why I don't take the piss out of people pulling sumo, because I don't know how to do it.
So
I ain't
to be-
built, I ain't
thank
built
you,
to pull sumo.
thank you.
But to be fair as well, Indy, right? You when it comes to people pulling sumo, whatever, you can share your shit because you know no matter what happened, even people who pull sumo, you're still gonna pull more than them. Don't matter.
Most of the time.
Do you reckon you'll pull more than Espin?
Or one hand
Yeah.
deadlift, yeah, man. What's your best, Espin? Best ever deadlift?
3 or 4.
Oh.
No, I just you know
Under my squat back ass from Saturday, just going.
you know
oh.
I just did play right. Indy would be the last person to pull at 120 a world.
Yeah.
I'll be the last.
Fuck.
Touch wood. Last pull on Saturday, bro.
We'll be the same fly actually.
Yeah.
We'll be in the same.
Oh,
yeah,
more
fun.
391. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
SP, let's go.
Whatever Mo, whatever. just to be an absolute bellend. Whatever Mo finishes on, I'm opening on.
Okay, let's go.
Nah, I ain't that strong. I ain't that strong.
Oh, my days.
It would be so funny if Anna pulled more than all of you guys. Oh, that would be loud. I would laugh.
Yeah, no.
You need to worry about your own deadlift first.
Oh, shut up.
You need to lock it out first.
Go on, SP. Change.
Yeah. Next
I
topic.
don't think
bro.
his
Wrong.
mic's.
Something's
No,
wrong
it's
with my
on,
mic.
bro. It's on.
Oh fuck!
It's on,
no,
it's
thank
on.
Now
God.
it's working now.
Boys, I promise you, I'm gonna buy a new mic because this mic from Ecuador is not doing justice. I'm sorry, but all
Mic
right,
from
let's
Ecuador,
jump
bro.
into it. Or it might be from Congo. One of the
That's
two.
Air India, that is.
Bob,
Let's jump
Bob,
onto
my people still climbing trees. Do you think they know how
Oh,
to
yo,
do
whoa!
What do you
come
mean
on,
your
bro.
people are still climbing trees, bro? You're one of the most.
Man's
Well, actually,
racist
I
to
don't know.
himself.
Congo's struggling in Africa, to be fair.
What are you trying to say about Congo is struggling in Africa, Bob?
I was gonna say your GDP is increasing pretty quickly, but I don't know actually.
We were having this
Check
conversation
the
with Jury last time.
Bob,
We were asking him to name one other Congolese athlete, and he couldn't.
He'll name himself twice.
He named himself twice. He goes, "I know Jury and I know
Oh, yeah,
Ken
yeah.
Gamu."
no. I said Durant. You asked me which is the other one. I said Kengamo.
That's exactly what I just said. You just said no to what I said and then repeated what I said. Move on next topic.
I
Durance is
said it
confused.
better. I said it better than you.
I say we just jump onto what Henry already told the whole world. Thanks, Durance. So,
Yeah.
I mean, not even I knew this actually. Thank you very much, Durance. So, what's the whole situation? Henry's
Stepping down,
gone,
bro.
dropping down. What?
Yeah,
happened?
you know,
I think this is
he's
going to
had
be his last
yeah.
year as head coach. He said.
Oh shit!
Last.
You mean no?
Who's-
Last international. Last
taken
international,
over?
not last year. Last international.
That's the thing we don't know.
Isn't he going to be at Euros? I swear he's going to be head coach. Is it just Worlds?
No, he meant he
No.
stated, right, because I was right next to him when he said it.
Yeah.
You man were like mad for giggling like with
Yeah,
each
that's
other.
a big
Like,
game, but go on.
what, you lot giggling with each other? Okay.
I was too
Anyways,
busy
you said-
telling these two to shut up from asking questions because I was hungry.
No, you had like 3 questions, bro.
Me, I had
You
none.
know, Indy gave me like a brioche that was like 332 calories, just one single thing. I didn't. I
No
was so
way.
confused. You know that single brioche is
That's not.
It's 300.
Yo, are you doing numbers like Durance? Is this numbers by Durance again?
It was on my protein, bro. I checked on it. It said 332 calories.
My protein.
Yeah, my fitness pal.
Bro,
That's in my
that is
protein.
not. That is not. I've got it right here. Right here.
It can't be. That's the French one, isn't it?
It's 134 calories, bro,
Per each one.
per each one. Right here. I got the thing here. 130.
That's not the one you gave me yesterday, though.
Bro, that's exact same one.
oh
No,
shit.
And
He
I
gave you
know
some
because look,
spiked
there's,
one.
there's,
Hey,
there's
check the
another one there.
ingredients.
Same thing. You're
Ye-
measuring per 100 grams, you plum sack. 100 grams is 384. This is
Jesus
what we're
Christ.
having to deal with here. You know, these are the nutritionists and oh, bro.
Anyway, yes,
Yeah.
Joe,
Move
go
on,
on.
move on.
No,
What
no,
was
no.
embarrassing
Sorry, yeah,
yourself?
he explicitly said that he will be going to Euros, but as assistant coach, and that's it, not as head coach.
So, what comes with these changes?
So the change, obviously, the biggest change is someone else will assume the role. We don't know who. It's gonna be up to the voting, I think, by the board,
Yeah.
and like until then, we won't know if there's any changes for actual lifters themselves. But obviously, there's speculations on what the potential changes could be, like such as if the A total will be scrapped or not, will be kept. Because
Ooh.
yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you guys
So
think
if
of
I-
that?
That will be
If I
the
remember
biggest
correctly,
mistake.
we asked him and he said obviously the advert will go out for head coach role. There will be applications you can apply if you want, but obviously apply with sense. You need to have accreditation, international experience. The board will decide on who they want, and probably Henry will give his own recommendation as to who should take on the role. But then after a new head coach is selected, it's his process from that on. So Henry can suggest carry on the A total because it's worked the last 2 years, but he can basically just go full circle and go, actually, now I want to do something else entirely. So, or
Yeah,
he
I
or
also-
she, rather, actually, let me not
I
say
see
that.
that a lot
Yeah,
in,
he or
like,
she can do whatever they want to do.
in like management roles, like, you know, when a new manager comes in, they gotta like impose their will and like change things that work. And I've
Yeah.
never in my entire life ever come across something like that has a positive change. Like if things work, you just leave the things be. Like, do you know what I mean? There's no point like changing things that have become like quite successful. So I'm hoping whoever comes in like understands that, accepts it. I think another thing Henry said is this will be his 5th year, and he's stepping down voluntarily, and he's doing it because he doesn't think that, you know, someone should just be head coach forever.
Yeah, he wants to set a precedence.
Precedence, and he said he's going to speak to the board and stuff and have it so that, you know, there's a 5-year limit, and I think that says a lot for him, if that makes sense, because he could very easily have just like gotten comfortable. He's made some good changes, so gotten comfortable after making these changes, and just because obviously on the AGM now the head coach's expenses are now paid for, so anyone in his position probably would have just stuck around and been like, yeah, cool, you're paying for, you know, me to go to internationals, but he's stepping down regardless of that to give someone else a go, and I think whoever steps in next has some shoes to fill.
Yeah.
What
I
do you guys
agree.
think if the A total was to be scrapped? Start off with Indy.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna start with me because you know what I'm gonna say. So over the last 2 years since we brought it in, we've had multiple countries now that have taken up, you know, this sort of mantle as in like using A totals.
Yeah,
Within
or yeah,
GB
like yeah.
itself, like we've seen like the numbers speak for themselves, how much, you know, the talent has increased, how our Team GB has been performing. I think Tony sort of summarized this in the group chat that we got, with regards to how strong the team is going into the internationals this year. And I think the A total has 100% had a part to play in that. If anyone says no, they're either just, the blindfolded, like got these blinds on, and they've got their
tunnel
opinion,
vision.
tunnel vision in. They've got their opinion, and they're going to stick to that opinion regardless of the facts. But for me, it's been a good thing, like 100%. Like, I know it might have benefited me one year, but it didn't benefit me in another year. So like 50, like it doesn't bother me either way. But it's a good change, I think, and it's pushed the GB team and it's pushed the numbers. And if I compare the numbers that were hit by each weight class this year compared to 4 years ago, 3 years ago, there's a big difference.
But progression is gonna happen.
National progression is gonna happen. Yeah, I agree. But do you think that progression would have been this like stark if there wasn't an A total? And then if the A total isn't a good idea, why are so many other countries taking it on board?
And also last year was the first time I think ever in a long time the GB has come out first on both on the men's and second on the women's side for Euros overall medal.
I know juniors have had it, but not seniors ever.
Just to clarify for our listeners, right? For those that are selected to, go compete at internationals, as well as obviously the individuals getting medals should they, get a certain placing on lifts and overall. Overall, it's the points are racked up for the team, and the team itself gets a placing. So that's something the head coach needs to consider very, very much so, because it's not just for the individual; it's for the nation. So nations are competing against other nations in terms of where they place, where they've. I think potentially if the placings are all the same, it will go down to like medals, for the individual lifts. I believe like endurance. So yeah, so that's just for let the listeners know that team performance does matter a lot.
And that's one of the main reasons why even if you do win a nationals, sometimes you might not even get selected, because if you're not going to contribute to like points and stuff international wise, they don't see the need to take you. And that's happened in the past year now. So just for those listening, that's pretty much how it works.
Yeah.
So all right, cool. So Indy gave his points, which are valid points, to be fair, man. Like
I have a question for Indy actually. There's no like wrong answers to this, but if it was removed, what do you think would be, I don't know, I guess close to suitable to replace it, the A total criteria? If there isn't off the top of your head right now, we could just.
I don't think there is one, to be honest, because before that it was just you win, you go. Which is fair enough. Like you've won, but like we said, because this is an actual team event, and unless that team event is scrapped and it's all just do what you want, turn up as an individual, at that point you lose the team cohesion part of things as well. So if this is removed, there's nothing really that can take its place that I'm aware of. We've never had anything else like this until Henry brought it into effect. So don't know.
A quick question though, like for you three, right? And you, Joey. When you guys go to an internationals, right? Honestly speaking, right? Do you guys go in with the intention of like, right, I need to make sure I get points for the team, or are you just solely thinking about your performance individually? Because if that's the case, then
I think they don't. I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive. So I think of it as like as a bigger circle in a smaller circle. Do you know what I mean? Or like putting water into a cup. You fill your cup as much as you can, and then you put it into the jug of the team. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, your primary task should always be to perform as best you can, period. And that then naturally goes into the big team. Because if all you think about is this is what I need to do for the team, you might not be focused on your own. Like they both go hand in hand, 100%.
And also, just I guess if I could answer, that's because you asked me. It's you can't really think, especially for like us as the lighter weight classes, you can't really think like, oh crap, I need to make up this amount, because we're like one of the first lifters. If anything, it would if ever, it would only really apply to like the bigger guys like Mo and Indy. Like oh shit, we need like if you were to think if you need to do this for the team, I need to place X.
Nah, you guys need to work harder, innit? Because
No, no,
obviously
no.
you don't want to
What
No,
he's trying to
but
say is,
like
later
it says
on.
yeah, the later on in the competition, it's like okay, so we
Yeah.
already did this, but in order to be up there,
Yeah.
like the bigger guys need to like either go the extra mile. So that mindset would only come in for, I guess, for the bigger guys if they were to think that way. But really and truly, it's just like how Indy said, you do the most you can, and in doing so, you pretty much contribute to the team overall.
What about you, Jorans, man?
I mean, there's no difference there. It's just again the same thing what Indy said there. Perform as much as you can, place as high as you can, because at the end of the day, is whatever you place, the team benefit. Do you know what I mean? So the mindset of going, I need to get point for the team. To me, that is always been second. I've always put that second in my mind. My mind has always been, okay, I was nominated, let's say, fifth. My aim goal is to get to third. Right? If that I get to that third, the team will get whatever point, 7 or 8 or 6 points, so they'll benefit from it. But me thinking about the team, not really. But at the same time, I will say this. If you're nominated, let's say, 10th, right? You're nominated 10th, and the competition is really fierce, and then probably you're the best place you place in maybe like what 8th or something, right? So you have the opportunity to place 6th or 8th with your last deadlift, and then think if you have in you, and you go and put it to place 7th. But if you don't have in you, that's when you put the team first. Thinking, okay, what does the team need now? If I stay 7th, would I get point? If I don't pull this and I drop to 9th or 10th, the team lose. That's when you make that decisions there.
Would you guys be happy to go to Worlds with lifters that potentially won't be placing because they didn't really hit the A total, or would you guys not really be bothered? An example. Let's say me and Joey went, right? Me and Joey aren't gonna place at all, right? We're gonna come last, but we're gonna join you guys like as a team together. Do you guys now have that mentality of like, fuck's sake, man, these guys are gonna honestly just let us down? Or do you guys like just, it is what it is, like let's just have fun, enjoy it. You'll do your thing, let us do our thing, and then that's it.
It's something we can't change. Sorry, Jordan. It's like it's something so far out, it's out of your control. Like you're not the head coach, so you're not going to pick who's going. Once she's picked who's going, there's nothing you can do about like what person's going. I'm not going to resent someone else being chosen because it affects my mentality. What someone else is doing, what he's lifting. As much as I want to support the team in terms of negatively impacting me, I don't give a fuck. Like everything outside of my control, I fuck it off when I'm looking at competitions. Like 100%, it's not even in my fucking purview because how's it going to affect me? Do you know what I mean? So I think like in that terms, it's like, I don't care. It's down to the head coach. He picks who he picks. If I'm like questioning some of the picks, I'm like, what is it I'm going to do about it? I can't do anything about it. So I'm just going to carry on lifting.
I think with me, it's I'm almost slightly a little bit different, but what Indy said. Why am I saying that is, in the past, I will probably be on the same page where Indy is. I don't care who's get picked. I don't want in terms of that because we didn't have these standards, right? You win, you go. But now we have almost a method, let's say a method and a platform that is working perfectly for us, because I really believe as much as that we had, even me, I had my doubt about this A total stuff when Henry dropped it. Because I was like, oh, this is fucked up. What about people that are coming in just for the experience? How are they going to do this? But then again, when you look
at, I was there in Jones' story when A total dropped. Jones messaged Henry saying this shit is too low. Like, what's going on?
I did. actually,
thanks,
I did. I was
thanks,
like,
Durance.
I was like, he was taking the piss at some of the weight class. I'm thinking, what the fuck, man? Anyway, what I'm saying is like, if you look at the good side, the good side about this A total is since they were introduced, we actually going to World not just to be spectators, not to get participation medal. Team GB as an athlete, we actually going to World to be competitive. People talking about the American, they're talking about the French, they're talking about the Italian, and they're talking about the Brits. But if you go back 4 years ago, the only Brits probably will be talking about is Tony Cliff and Owen.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or went on the bench press.
Yep.
And then the rest, they're not going to talk about it. But I think one of the good things Henry has done is since 2021, I'm not saying that because I was part of that clique, but since 2021, at the Euro 2021, things turn for British powerlifting. I think it's that championship where we had, I came third, more you came third as well, isn't it? I came third, more came third.
I came
Kieran
fourth.
won.
Oh, no, I was fourth. Yeah, I was fourth.
Yeah, and Kieran won, and we had AJ that came third. So basically, in the team already, you go like 4 men already at that top 4. 4, 5 men at the top 4. That it changed the game. But in the past, we never used to have that. So to me, it has been, to answer to your question, is because the standards are already there. If the new person comes in and squash the standard and start picking people that are not going to place, I'm not gonna have a problem with that lifter. That lifter, of course, they deserve to get that GB singlet. Do you know what I mean? Because they did their work, they did what they had to do. The opportunity is there for them. That's not a problem. The problem we'll have is I'm gonna hold that coach on the neck and thinking, what the fuck are you doing? The team is not going to perform if you're fucking making this decision. And I'll be honest with it. And if I get banned, if it doesn't pick me no more, I don't give a fuck. But the reality is, everybody else will be thinking, what the fuck this dickhead doing picking people that can't even place anyway? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but moving on from this, it's still regarding
I was
the
just
head
gonna
coach.
I was just gonna quickly give my view because I was like,
Mo
even though I
hasn't even given
played,
his
Oh yeah,
views,
shit.
Joe.
Sorry, yeah, go. Sorry.
even though I played fourth at Euros in 2021, like when I was coming in, I was nominated like 9th or 8th, like in the competition, like based off my total. So it's obviously it's up to the new coach to see what route they want to take. I feel like for the Open, I'm a big fan of competition. Like as we go to this international comps, competing as a nation is going to become more important, like as a team in general. But obviously there is opportunities for lifters to experience their first international. It doesn't necessarily have to be Worlds. It could be Western Euros, or it could be Commonwealths, or it could be something else. But also giving new lifters the opportunity to experience this international meet might also produce better athletes in the future. So it's a question of, do I have the team now to perform, or do I want to invest in the future team? It's up to the new coach to decide whatever route they want to take. Obviously, they're head coach for the next 5 years. But we do have a lot of talented lifters already right now that could fill spots easily.
I actually was gonna get to that point that Mo just put up, because Durance didn't start off ranking high when he started doing internationals. Like he's placed, I think, 13th and 8th.
2019.
Yeah, exactly.
He bombed out.
No, but
no.
But
That international. What the hell is wrong with you, bro? You think like I'm like you that misses last deadlift at the Euros and almost cried, bro? What the fuck?
but on a serious note, though, I think one of the things that really shaped Durance, and this should go for everyone, is like having that experience of what it's like to do in internationals really shapes and hones how you take the next one, like and for Durance to sort of like share that among people that are new, because he's had the experience as well. Like it really like helps the team. I don't know to what extent, but I honestly believe it does. And again, I'm not gonna have. Obviously, we're gonna wait and see what the new head coach will decide to do in terms of the selection process or the selection criteria. But one of my, I guess it's not like expectation, but more like a request, is to keep the team's sort of chemistry as interconnected as possible, because Durance and I've been to Durance's internationals, and there have been internationals where the GB team didn't even, I don't know, so interact with one another. It was just like, oh yeah, maybe I'll watch you if if I know you, but if I don't, then just go. And I find that to be quite, I don't know, demoralizing, as a like your own nation are not there to back you. But we've seen it. I've heard of stories as well, like every time someone was on, GB team was there cheering on, backing them, like making the loudest noise. And I think that's how it should be, and improve upon as well. I don't know how,
I think, but like, quick question there for you guys as well. Like, do you guys think, in terms of what GB do for us as lifters, right, gets us closer together, like more as a team, or is it something that we do collectively, like ourselves? Like an example, like in this platform here, this podcast.
To be fair, this was a topic that we were asked to cover. Like, what can instead of like what can British powerlifting do for us? What can we do as lifters, or just
Yeah. I mean, that's
members, I guess liaise with British Powerlifting, our federation, to make just
all right. I've
things
got a
better
perfect
for
one then. We'll go each, and we'll go one by one. That's a perfect one, man. Go on,
Yeah.
Indy. You
What
can
do you
kick
mean?
off
You
again.
said I've got one, so go for yours first. Kim.
I can start if you
Well,
want.
I've got a few. Yeah, go on,
'Cause-
Mo. Go on.
Okay, I was gonna say because like I know with this new head coach, so one thing to say is like with I don't know if this is a factor because obviously SVD is not necessarily GB Federation. Like when it comes to going for internationals, there was a lot of personal cost that went into going into an international. So I think a lot of times you might have just found a lot of lifters almost treated it like a day event. So they really just traveled the day before the competition, stay there for one night, and they were out straight away. While SBD stepping into the competition, and maybe A7 a little bit on the other side has enabled lifters to stay longer. Obviously, we've also built an environment that encourages people to come together to watch each other lifting. But SBD has in reality come in and giving people the financial incentive to be able to like dedicate more time to spend and enjoy the whole competition in general. Now, one thing I did watch, I don't know if you guys saw, was the French international team. And also, in all fairness, the Swedish also, because I noticed those two teams, like they did the same, like a training camp, same as what we did actually in Gymshark, except theirs was more of a camp where I know we all work different lifestyles and jobs and we can't all just take 2-3 days out of our schedule to like chill with each other. But I was watching the French and they almost did like a whole day event where they rented out a venue. They all trained together for the day. Food was supplied on the day. They went out for a drink, or went out for like meals in the evening, and then everyone left the next day. So it's almost like a one-day camp event thing where everyone comes together to integrate rather than a quick travel down. And obviously there's financial incentives. So the federation and actually the members who are paying their membership fee will be happy for the GB to have more of a camp-based training session rather than a 4-hour drive, 2-hour gym session, and then everyone's going back home then.
Would they?
I'm not paying for you, though. Fuck you, though.
I think from my part there, like I'll just touch on that a little bit about what more said about the training camp. I think being part of the team for these many years, I've been as part of the team. To me, when I qualify for an international, it's not even about being arrogant. It's almost like I know what to do in terms of like I know how I should book my flight and I know when I should get there. So I mean, I know basically when I get to the international, when I get to the international, I almost know where to go to. Do you know what I mean? Because I've not been there.
Just for the listeners, right? Because we keep making these jokes and you're probably very, very confused. We've made these jokes for the past 3 weeks now on Talk of the Week. Mo still hasn't bought his tickets to Malta, right?
There's so many.
Worlds is just around the corner. Mo still hasn't got his flights. All right.
Yesterday,
hey, I'm gonna drag other people under the bus here. I was talking to other lifters and they haven't also booked their tickets too.
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. You're the one on this pod right now.
Yeah.
I was about to say that as well. But again, going back to what I was saying is, I think these type of like training camp, like getting the lifters together. Like yesterday, we went for the squad. We lifted, and then after that, they kicked us out because that's what Gymshark did, bastards. You know, they asked us to leave. We left, and some people didn't even.
But that confuses me though. What?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, let me finish, Espen.
Go
Some
on.
people didn't even finish their training. Our best ever 59 in the country. He didn't finish his training. He had to travel to a different gym to finish his accessories. I found that I was really upset when I saw that. But again, at the same time, when we finished it, we went for a meal.
Was you upset?
Right? Even that meal was quick. But again, it's that dynamic that we need, especially for new people that come into the team, right? So because the funny thing is that because we have got people that live like more lives in Newcastle, we have got Scottish and some people like Indy live out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Things like that. So we need to get together, you know, to familiarize each other. But the funny thing is now we can't do it because some way or another, we don't have that opportunity. The only opportunity we had was 2-3 hours, and then they asked us to leave.
Would you say that's embarrassing? Would you say that's a poorly organized event? No disrespect, because I don't know what's happened here. So
I think it's not about poorly organized.
Or did you guys arrive late, or like?
No, we did not even arrive late. I believe
it was only 10 till 2. So just so you're aware, The whole event was 10 till 2.
And how many people were there
open.
in total?
There was the entire team GB.
And how many squat racks
Apart
and
from
stuff
like
like
two
that?
people,
Was
yeah.
there enough for everyone to train that at the same time? And plates.
I just told you some people could not finish their sessions.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. So people had to wait for others to finish to then jump in.
Not finish per se, but it's just like obviously
Yeah.
if you're doing rotations per rack, you know, people
There
still
wasn't- yeah.
people
There wasn't
still
enough
people still
plates.
trained.
There wasn't enough place for everyone to get their training done how they want to do it. But it was like if you go to most gyms at the moment, if you take 10 lifters to go to a gym and like 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are doing squats, you're gonna have to take your time. And then obviously taking the height from my height and Aaron's height to Jurin's height obviously is gonna take a long time as well. So like you're moving, there's a lot of it takes time, man. Like how
It's a
I
hard
would have
thing.
by the time I
Yeah.
got to 270, I probably would have done my top set and a back off.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay. I know that I'm so happy that Jenny sort of like provided the plates and whatnot, but like it was still sort of like a struggle per se to get obviously people warm up in a certain way and there needs to be loaded for you know in terms of the specific warm up because they're their own individual athletes, but like man the rotations in between it was kind of mad and bro, there was like on one rack because they were like the biggest squatters. They pretty much like sucked all the plates, which I didn't mind, but they sucked majority of the plates, bro. Like if with like people that there's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people there, I think that could squat more than 300. That's hella plates, and then there's no way someone could deadlift. That's why Tony Cliff had to resort to, you know, a couple calibrated and then the rest bumpers to pull 350.
Yeah, but it's also hard because we're all, realistically speaking, we're all a bunch of strong fuckers. Like, if you took us to any gym, it will be hard. So, realistically speaking, you need like a camp, like what the French did, and also the Swedish. They just have like it was weird, but they seem to have this camp space with multiple racks and plates all sorted for the lifters.
I think on that, right, we have the opportunity to do that because our federation do buy kit for these divisions across the country. So what we need, like for the new coach that is coming in, they should consider things like, okay, let me get a team in the middle of the country, somewhere where they can bring the kit in. The kit literally comes in, we train, we enjoy ourselves, you know, we spend time together. You know, I think we can do that. This is just more about the logistics about getting things right
and
and
not for
right
just 4 hours. I'm not
no,
gonna lie.
that's what I'm saying. Rent somewhere. You know, say,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going because at the end of the day, right? When let's not get this twisted. We are Team GB. This is the best lifters in the country.
That's what I was going to say.
Right?
100%.
So if you bring them to a division, or let's say like if London accepted, or bring the squad to London, no matter what location we're gonna go to, we have to provide that place for the whole day for our best lifters in the country.
Like you guys are
Even
representing the country. Like literally, you guys are the guys that are representing GB. You guys need to be able. It's just nuts.
Yesterday, I was looking at us yesterday training, all of us. At one point, I sat in the corner. I was like, "Wow, this is the best our country can offer." Literally, and that's not even a joke.
Is that in a good way?
No, it is in a good way because I was looking at everyone looking so healthy. I was happy because
speaking of good way.
No, I thought you meant bad way. During in terms of like how bad
is that it? You know what I mean?
No, because I've been to a lot of squad before. This is not the first squad I've been in, right? So I've seen how people train, how people look. I've been to squad where people are not healthy. Yeah. You're worried. You're worried about certain people thinking, oh my God, he's going to international. How the fuck am I going to do? 2, 3 people are not healthy. But yesterday we were in that room. You see everyone literally bantering left, right, and center. People having fun. I sat there, I'm thinking, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it was
what about you?
Like not to well, Joey can go, but like obviously not to make it sound like it was a terrible thing. Like there's more that could be done, but it was still a very good event at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and it was still fun. It was still really, really fun.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say though, Joey. And before you jump on, like what I was gonna say is, yeah, like it could have been. Well, the way it sounds to me, anyways, is that it was just poorly organized. The fact that you guys had to get extra plates, the fact that people had to use bumper plates, people couldn't even finish their sessions.
Originally we meant to go to the SPD HQ. That's what I heard. That's what it was, because SPD HQ I think is not done yet. That's why in the future and potentially that's what is going to be held. And I'm sure probably it's going to be it will be better because again, at the same time, because SPD, they are powerlifting. They understand powerlifting.
But also, this is a weird question though. Just to throw it because we keep on mentioning SPD, and I know we're in the hometown of SPD, obviously, and everything. Sheffield is. It's weird. I don't want to get in trouble for saying this, but is it the role of SPD or is it the role of the federation really to cater to the international team?
It is the role of the federation that have to find partners that can cater us those locations, those can provide us with the opportunity to train in these places. It's not SPD. It's got nothing to do with SPD because SPD at the end of the day, they're just a business. Do you know what I mean? They are our sponsors and that's it. But it's the federation. But they end up with, I was surprised to see our federation ending up with Gym Shark for us to go there. My question was, I might get in trouble with this. Maybe I might not get my tracksuit. I might get in trouble with this. But my question is, what does Gymshark do for our federation?
Juniors, to be fair, I feel like open not so much, but for the juniors, I think they do a lot. And
yeah, but we're not juniors, man. I'm 34 years old. I'm not a junior.
Durance, they provided a lot of bumper plates, man. What are you talking about?
To be fair, though, obviously don't shoot me if this information is wrong, but I was told that Gymshark paid the federation to host the junior nationals, not the other way around. So
wow.
I know. Hey, everyone knows.
We can't
someone,
talk about that.
He
we
said,
can't
she
that
said.
shit, but we don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a sort of like it's third party information for me, so I can't really verify this.
Third party information again. He says, she says. Somebody apparently said Gymshark wanted to host open and
let's just
juniors
turn up
together
a
for a lot of money.
I was ready for that. I was ready to make you guys a cup of tea and coffee, you bastards.
Hey, Joey,
yeah, I'll be dipping asbestos in my tea.
Indy won't be able to stand up in Durance's garage.
That's small.
Yeah, he won't.
Imagine Aaron trying to get in there.
No.
Maybe that's why Durance don't lock out his deadlift because he has to end like 70% up because of the garage height.
Man, you talking I don't look at my deadlift. This is the man that's put 332.5 kilo and then go 3 while lights. What are you gonna say about it, you bitch?
Bro, I'm just saying you weren't locking out until I told you to lock your deadlift out.
Oh, even when I put 332.5.
I mean, maybe.
All right. Well, we're going off track here, Joey. We need to still hear from you, man. So, what do you think that we can do to improve British powerlifting? Not what they can do for us, but what we could do to improve, or what have we been doing?
I think we've been already trying to do it now, especially with the last AGM that just happened. It's for as lifters, if you want anything to improve for yourself, you have to get stuck in, man. You have to be part of the voting process when the AGM comes around, or any voting process really within just your we have the EGM, the English General Meeting, sorry. Like any meeting that goes on, you have to be stuck in, man. Like, because people are voting for stuff that you may or may not want, and you're just not getting involved, and then you're just there going, oh, but why is it like this? When really and truly you could have been involved. So that is the first and foremost, like, most direct thing we can do. And the second thing is just, man, just a way to improve for our experience as lifters is to be stuck in with our own divisions as well, because like end of the day, divisions feed in to the actual federation as a whole. Like the more you contribute, because like one of the things that I always hear is divisions not having enough competitions, to have, I guess, qualifiers for nationals or the English or something like that, because divisions are struggling to find referees, volunteers, just to help out, and as well as that, having a venue to do it in. So instead of like a top down approach, there's also the bottom up approach we as members and lifters can take. I don't know if anyone else here would dispute what I'm trying to say, but I guess that's the second thing that I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think the division one, and literally, I think we should literally pull all our energy on this, because I know some division in this country, they're really struggling.
Mm-hmm.
They're really even struggling to get volunteers. to come in and host. But at the same time, it's all right. I know I'm probably one of the first leading guy that was cried by the national being shit, right? And I was the first one to say, "What the fuck am I? Why did I even come to Nottingham? I should have done it in my garage." Do you know what I mean? So basically, me being the first one to complain about that, but at the same time as well, I look at myself and say, what do I do for my division? Because for us to host a national, a division have to accept being the host now, to be able to host the national. And when you accept that, you need volunteers. You cannot run a national without volunteers.
Yeah,
So volunteers.
Yeah, there needs to be the what's it called? The infrastructure for it already.
Yeah. So we need to put our hands together and put our head together, we including like divisionals and help. To help, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you need to be a referee or you need to be an international. No, even if it's just like what, be in a warm-up room, during the comps, just to check to make sure everything's running smoothly. Just be a volunteer for your division. That's the first step that we have to do as lifters to help our federation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think
now that we say that though? Sorry, yeah, you can go, Espen.
Sorry. Just before I forget, I completely agree with you, Jones. Honestly, 100%. But do you reckon there should be a little bit more incentives, like for these people to come and like help out? Obviously, you're financially in a fucking great place. Obviously, not going into detail, but there's a lot of people out there, juniors and stuff like that as well, that want to come into the sport. That we're trying to like say, right, you need to like help out, lift, load, and all that stuff. But these are people that also are trying to make money. Don't really have too much free time. Do you reckon it'll be a good idea to like have funds to be able to give to them to help out, or even just other incentives? An example, if they was to help out, right? Help out to spot and load for the weekend, they'll get free entry to the next comp that they do. Little things like that.
We already got that system.
We already got that system in place.
Oh, that's how you know I don't spot and load. Then that's why.
But that's not free entry though. You get priority. I thought you get priority to
priority
enter.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily you get entry to free competition.
No. See, that's what I mean. I don't want that. So you're trying to tell me
but that's still an incentive.
Nah, bro.
In general,
so
it is.
Do
you know how many people struggle to qualify for nationals because they can't do a divisional?
I'm gonna spend 2 days, right?
No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be 2 days. It could literally be like
to then be
one
Alex,
session.
Well done. You get to the front of the queue to apply.
No, we do. Espen, we do, like, for instance, like only can talk about London. I can't talk about any other division, right? In London, if you come and help, we almost like support you the whole day in terms of like you have got your food there, you eat. Do you know what I mean? We buy you the food. Some people, if they're too far, if you're struggling with transport, we can even support you with your transport to get home. Do you know what I mean? That's already is a first step that we can make. But in terms of us offering you a free entry for the next championship, at the moment it will be hard because these championships are hosted by gyms and locations. And these gyms, they need their cut from the championship. Do you know what I mean? We can't just say
it's not going to be a
free entry.
It's not going to be a
how are we
division
gonna
thing. It needs to
compensate
be
that?
top
I
down.
think we've gone back to what can BP offer us again. I think we're honestly, the points are all like, what can BP offer us? We've not actually properly discussed.
I just want to point out though, I know Indy, thank you for bringing it back, but I just want to discuss, like, so for example, we have say for example London, right? Well, I guess me, Espen, and Durance. I don't know about Indy, but anyways, oh yeah, Indy actually is. Yeah, sorry. If we already have the infrastructure, right, to say like, okay, cool, we can host a nationals, bro, we'd save so much money. I don't know about Indy, but we'd save so much money. We don't have to worry about hotels. We don't have to worry about, like, I don't know, the traveling up or down somewhere. Like if we just from volunteering alone, and then obviously, like, our travel expenses are subsidized if we need it, or food's provided for us, just for like an afternoon of spotting and loading, bro, I'll happily contribute to that.
That's true. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I actually didn't see it from that perspective. If that's going to save me from not spending money in a hotel, traveling, poor Mo, imagine Mo, he won't have to walk 25,000 miles. He's good to go.
And London's good for public transport, so he can't complain that he missed a bus. He's done for the last two nationals.
London bus system is mad confusing, man. I remember trying to get to Bethnal Green.
You've been given like all the public transport and you're still complaining. And I don't understand. But listen, from my perspective, right, as in what can we give back? I think we've hit quite a few nails on the head here. It's like we're constantly, even when we're talking about what can we give back to the Fed? We're asking, but then how does that help me? That's
Yeah.
not what can I give back to the Fed.
That's true.
That's how can we have a mutual arrangement here? That's what it comes down to again and again. Now I've spoken to a few people who have organized competitions, right? And shout out to Drew because she's organized a few in Southwest, and she was literally like, it's such a thankless task. She goes, because you bust your balls, no one tells you how to do anything. There's no like guiding notes in BP to say this is how you're gonna have a competition. We had this conversation with Nathan as well. Like people actively hold back and be like, I can't tell you. We had to like struggle to do a competition, so you struggle. Like that's like, you know, that's something small we can give back to the Fed, is just if the lessons learned thing that we do in project management or any bloody company known to mankind, if we just help each other a little bit like that, that will help. Secondly, it doesn't take much to just be thankful for your divisionals. Like when I did the Anonymous, right, I had quite a few people bashing Greater London, and that they stuck out to me because I'm like, I was looking through these lists and like, didn't help out, never seen them at comp, never seen them at a comp. I'm like, you don't even have it in you to just say thank you for hosting competitions. But instead of that, you're gonna just bash a regional. Like the big one to me was Bucks. The amount of people that were complaining about Bucks, and then I was just sat there and I'm speaking to people and they're like, who else is hosting? Who else is putting their name forward? No one. Why is this region every single year saying, yeah, we'll host, busting their fucking balls, putting on a show, having to fund all this shit, having to find spotters and loaders, having to find helpers, and all they're getting from all these lifters is, oh, this is shit. Well, then do it yourself. Yo, you get me? Like, this is what we spoke about doing things. Like, it's very easy to like complain and be like, yo, why am I receiving all of this good shit? Do it yourself. Like, we complained about the Nottingham thing, but like it was the same thing as who else put their name forward? Like I know there is some, oh, we got this, we got that, but I ain't seen no proof. Like I'm not, until I see proof, I'm gonna be like, you're not innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Like that's all we can go off is the facts. Like we can, like Mo alluded to earlier, we can say yeah maybe, but like we haven't seen any of this. So like until people actively help out and assume the responsibility of helping out in their local regions without expecting something in return, that's the basis, I think, of what can we do for British powerlifting. Like volunteer. It's called volunteering. It's not called a job.
I think on that, you hit the nail there. You know, on that volunteer aspect you're talking about, right? I think I'm going to bring this up a bit. We have got
sorry. Before we go, sorry, just want to clarify this because I know I'm going to have someone in my DM saying, "Oh, how dare you!" If someone wants to offer, like money, incentives and things, that's fantastic. That's completely up to that region. And if they do that, it's fantastic, and I applaud them. But if they're not in a position to be able to do that, and then people are like, I'm not going to do anything then because I get nothing in return. Well, then you don't really have a leg to stand on when you're saying it's not progressing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
it's got to be a bit of, like I said, it's got to be a bit of give and take. Sometimes you might have to give a bit more than you take.
It's literally that saying, like, be the change you want to see, you know what I mean? Like, if you want something to progress the way you want it to, partake.
Like your deadlift.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Silence.
I want to see those 10 reps first, bro. But anyways,
you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
Two things that I reckon, right, that people also need to start doing to improve, right? I reckon showing a bit of love to like actual UK lifters. So you see how everyone always reposts like people from other fucking countries. No disrespect, there are so many lifters across the world, right, that are doing very, very good in America, Sweden, like all over the place, right? Italy, Spain, wherever. But haven't you guys noticed that a lot of people, if like they just never repost or show some love to actual UK lifters?
It's a UK mentality, bro.
It's such a like we like as individuals
they're happy to shit on our lifters. During this status where people are saying respectfully no.
Yeah, it's like, weird. It's like it's weird. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's like
I said this 2 podcasts ago. Do you remember?
Yeah,
I said this 2 podcasts ago,
and it hasn't improved.
It pissed me off. But like the GB team is most of the GB team is supporting most of the GB team. Like the amount of love and shit I've seen, like from that squad session, is fantastic, and it's been like that since not the Euros that I was in, the Euros before
2021.
2021, since there was a turning point, and I know this because I saw it with my own eyes. I wasn't even involved, but I saw GB lifters sharing other GB lifters all over the shop, and the amount of love was just spiking, and it's stayed like that since. There was like
I
just have a little theory because I remember, because I was part of that Euros 21, Espin too. Like, you remember Espin, like, prior to that, you know, our exposure to like the social media aspect of what SBD, you know, SBD gave us like the media packages, right? From what we did. I'm not gonna lie, that helped, I think, a good fair amount with when it comes to like sharing and supporting one another, because it actually helps highlight who we have in the GB team, and then SBD have continued to do so with every international.
The
So
British powerlifting post anything in terms of that. I
have no idea.
I'm not even throwing shade, but like
grab my teeth.
That's an example. It's like we need our own federation as well to be pushing, to be reposting on a daily, day-to-day basis. You know, to like if there's an upcoming
from
coming
nationals
up,
and stuff
build
like
that
that
hype.
as well.
Just produce that hype coming up with everyone. Like we don't see this.
I think what I'm gonna say is, we have a platform. The Sabado, we have a platform.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna be my second point. Yeah, go on, Jones. Carry on.
I think I believe, and then us three here, we know we will be the first one to start that, right? And then we invite everybody in Britain to come along and just keep with us and do this. Again, as you said there, like, there's a love between the squad, the GB lifters, right? But you're actually international. People almost, I feel that this is just my personal opinion. I feel almost like some of the GB guys here don't even want us to do well internationally. It's just because they didn't make the team themselves, or because their friend didn't make the team themselves, or just because they don't like someone in the GB team and they don't like the team to do well. But they don't know that this powerlifting is a strong sport. This is my year. Next year is your turn. The year after, someone else. You know, and then someone else will come out of nowhere. That's how it goes. But I've never really felt, the support that other nations get. Like, for instance, right, let's not be around the bushes here. The French, the way they support the lifters, right? We don't get that in Britain. But in Britain, we have got a platform for us to be able to do even more.
But the problem here is that those people that do have a platform only promote their own shit, right? They don't repost, they don't talk about anyone else. It's just every man for themselves. And
I was going to say, though, there are two sides to the problem. So with a lot of GB, I used to harp on Julian a lot for this also. And like even Indy, I'll harp on him a little bit. There's like, for social media, you need good quality content also. You know, you can't just post your landscape very zoomed out, top set. Like, no one's going to look at that on social media. People want to see decently produced content. Like, obviously, as Julian says, started posting in portrait mode and looks like you can actually see the plates. You can see his engagement has actually improved, even with the weight he's posting. And similar, like Indy's also posting top sets from his gym.
Yeah, but some people just boost it by buying followers.
That's a subject. We'll talk about that.
That's a later subject. Never mind.
That's a later subject for today.
First things first, a lot of people can just use a better phone quality and upload better videos. But also, I feel like here in GB, there's also I don't know, maybe it's just because we're still reaching that top end. Like, people are starting to really appear as dominant figures in their weight classes. Like in France and US, for example, like the top two are the top two. Right, but here in the GB, you still get people sending for endurance. You still get people entering competitions thinking they can be on the open team in a year or two. Right, there's this mentality of everyone can make it on the team rather than celebrating the people at the top. You don't really want to celebrate them because you're thinking, I want to catch up and beat this person soon. So maybe that's why you don't get as many people celebrating.
See, I had this conversation with us. I think it was last week or the week before. Like, I share the shit out of Tony's post. I don't go fuck. Like, I'll never understand. Like, remember, I was having people in my inbox saying, "Yo, why are you sharing Tony's posters in your competition?" I'm like, why don't you mind your own fucking business? Why would what? How does this is the same shit again? These people, like, I'm not being funny, but they have weak minds and weaker totals, and I'll say it straight because Yeah, you're sending for people for no fucking reason, saying what why are you showing X level? I'm coming for you, I'm coming for you, I'm like, bro, when are you gonna come for me? British. Like, just do it. Why are you talking shit? Me and Jurin's, it pisses me off. I know it pisses Jurin's off. People are in his inbox saying, yo, I'm coming for that 83 title. Like, really? Where? Do you want me to get my binoculars out and look behind me? Like, it's just I don't understand this mentality, it's the same shit.
It's like what Mo said though, it's a UK mentality. And as much as we talk about this shit, it is what it is.
I was gonna say though, like, this is why I give a little bit of credit. Well, yeah, a little bit of credit to Espen, yeah, because he's honestly tried to change that, especially with the 66 weight class. Like, he obviously, it's nice to know like someone's gonna try and go for you. That's the only normal. It's competition, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't celebrate rivalries. Because of Espen, he did make sense about this, and I can't help but agree. Now, since he's sort of like hyped it up, people know about the 66. People know about like where someone's ranked in the 66, and I feel as though it should be celebrated. Like, know your rivals, but don't like disrespect and go into their DMs like, yo, I'm gonna come for you. The 66ers have a group chat, and no one's ever said anything along the lines of, I'm gonna be the British champ next year. We get it to each other because we all know each other, like, in that way, but we don't like straight up out of nowhere, no context or like no report behind it, and be like, I'm coming for you. I'm like,
I think
okay,
and that's how you get the community together. So that's another reason. That's another thing that we were talking about, like how we can improve it, like just by getting the community together more, getting people to like be more engaged with other lifters. Even though you're not necessarily going to be chatting so much shit like in their DMs and stuff, you just create that hype, that friendly competition and stuff, just so people can actually be aware of like who's who. And then it just it brings more viewers in, it brings more engagement, it just brings a lot more hype to specific classes. And that's one of the main reasons why we did it for the 66. Like, me personally, that was the main goal. And I like to think that we did that, and a lot of people know about the 66 more than ever. And
I mean, I even got people in like 93 weight class chatting shit about me, and I'm like, okay.
Joey has so many people from different countries grilling him about I can't get the 600 total. But that's because we've started that little trend, like that little like joke thing, right? And that's pretty much what everyone talks about. And that's another thing.
I think healthy competition is really good for the federation. It's really good for all of us here. 5 of us will agree. A healthy competition, that's what we need. Do you know what I mean? We don't just want to be going to the British or where you don't have no challenges. Do you know what I mean? You become the Taylor Howard of your class. That is not healthy. It's not healthy. No, I'm not talking about for the lifting side, but for the federation, it's not healthy. But the only thing I'm against is like I get DMs across the board, people saying, oh yeah, you don't know me, this might sound cringe, I've never met you, but in 2 years time I'm coming to smash you at the British. And I'll be just like, okay. Or even some people will be like, oh yeah, at the moment my training is almost at your level, so I'm coming the next comp to smash your total. I'm thinking, okay, do you think we're on the M25? I'm just on junction 1 waiting for you. There's junction 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. By the time you get to junction 1, I'm on junction 9 already. Do you know what I mean? By the time you get to 9, I'm on junction 25. So basically, that's how I always said to people, look, as much as some of us are older, you're thinking my old knees will backward no way. Bob, you're delusional. If you're thinking that's true. So basically, what I'm trying to say is there's no healthy competition in Britain. It's always been like, I'm coming for this person.
Obsession.
Yeah. Can I just highlight something? And Durance, I hope you back me up on this. But you shared these messages with me, with all of us actually, right? And I can't help but notice a trend whereby the people that send these kind of messages, majority of the time, have never competed before. Like,
I mean, they can't,
or not competed at a high level.
Yeah, or ever. Because I've seen, like, Durance has shared a few. Even to the guy that tried to get onto me, I've seen his training, and there's no way he'd ever even get close to my total in 5 years.
This guy hurt you deep though. Who's he?
Yeah. No. I mean, no.
He hurt you deep. It's like the 4th reference at this point.
It's a second actually, but I'm actually more so towards like, the Durance one, because that guy wasn't going after me, but this guy was going after Durance, like saying, in 2 years' time, I'm gonna go for your total. But I saw his training.
No, for my total, bro. No, that's wrong. in 2 years' time, I'm coming to beat you.
Oh, sorry, a beat.
Right?
Joe's,
So
like,
I'm sitting and thinking, you know, and then the other thing as well, right? Indy touched this point where more, for instance, more total 900 kilos. Indy total 915, I think. 915, isn't it, Indy?
915.5. Don't miss the
915,
0.5.
and our total 820.5. There's some people in Britain, they think these numbers are just easy for them to get. Right? They're thinking, oh yeah, 820.5, yeah, and my next comp, yeah, I'll get close to that. Mate, you haven't even got to 800 yet. And how are you going to add another 20 kilos on top of that? Not even 20 kilo. There's in 0.5, don't forget that. Do you know what I mean? And the same thing even go to more. Mate, you even when going to the British, right? This year British, I did have 105s in my DMs, or I'm not going to name them. 105 in my DMs telling me, oh yeah, man, I watch your preview about watch what I'm going to do in the British. You know, you're thinking more is the only one. I'm coming for it. I'm thinking, I was not disrespectful. I just said, mate, come and have fun.
Who was
But
it?
the next thing I said, mate, I'm not gonna say it. I was literally saying, mate, come and have fun. But my advice would be is aim for 850 first before you aim for 897.5. Because if you aim for 897.5, you will retire next year.
Let me just say,
you know
I
what?
want competition. I want people to come. Honestly, I don't think I'm the prime 105 in the UK. I've got 6 out of 10 genetics, right? So come for me. Like you guys,
6
just
out of 10
come,
hairline.
honestly.
but again, Mo, it's 900 kilo. As much as you think you're not a prime 105 in the UK, 900 kilo in the UK at 105 has never been done before.
I know. But
Do you know what I mean?
yeah, just
You know what? Though? It
So
comes
I
back
think-
down to what I was saying. People need to focus on them goddamn selves.
Mhm.
I said this in group chats, in conversations. People are like, nah, like it's good to have your eyes open, see other things. I'm like, yeah, your eyes are so fucking open. You're not seeing what the hell you're doing with your own lift. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why don't you just focus on your own shit? Like, I shit talk a lot of people, but I never shit talk my competitors because I got no reason to. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, especially those people ahead of you. Why would you even talk about them?
Like it's because like it's that thing of you're chasing them and they're chasing a completely different fucking level. By the time you get to them, they're at the next level, and then you're behind again. It's fucking such a useless endeavor, and your like energy can just be spent better elsewhere.
That's why our Fed lifters are not growing. We're having so many injuries across the board. It's because people are chasing the people at the top. You know what I mean? I was a prime example. I had Owen in front of me. Joey's been my coach since day one. There's not a single day I sat here and say, I'm going to beat Owen. I'm coming for Owen. There's not a single day. Because the reality is, if I chase Owen, as Indy said, Owen is chasing to be a world champion and a European champion. And I was no near that. You know? So people are coming for someone like Mo. Mo is chasing to get a Sheffield ticket in Malta. You know? And then people are coming to chase me. I'm chasing to beat Delaney and win the world championship and retire after. So what are you going to do after that? So are you chasing to be a world champion? No. Getting a world record in fucking division don't count. You know?
Now, what you mean? You'd mean I can't put regional record on my Instagram profile and just leave it large?
Espin, you need to remove that.
Might as well put Natty on it.
Espin, have you? Oh
What?
man, don't
Wait. What did I put? Natty? I haven't
People
done
putting
that.
Natty in their profile.
Hey, Jurens, you're taking a piss.
Have you put regional? Have you put
Unofficial
regional
world
record
record
on there, Espin?
No, do you know what is? Do you know what is still there though? My Commonwealth, my All England's from like 2 years ago. I need to change that.
Oh, bro, you made me sick.
Bro, what's the next topic, bro? What's the next topic?
Buying followers, isn't it?
Followers.
Why are people buying? I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh, are we going to talk about the 2 people that asked us to ask this question, or leave them anonymous?
No, let's just ask you. Like, what do you think of it?
Who was it? 1 second.
So, Joey, why are you getting close to your camera, bro? When you're asking that,
he's trying to lips me, bro. Relax.
What the? I haven't moved. What?
My man was like, what do you think of it?
Licked his lips as well. You see it?
No, but honestly though, you know,
Do you know what?
you know what, Mo,
I feel-
can you start, please?
Kick-
What do you think of people that buy followers?
It's so I was having this discussion with you guys because obviously social media is it's in a very weird position. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but social media is getting very weird, especially on the fitness influencer side. It's just a weird terrain, honestly. It's like there are a lot of people claiming fitness influencers who don't even do fitness, like they just go on the treadmill and hop around, or they make funny
Hop around,
videos. It's like you get people who are like they're claiming to be power lifters, but then all they do is like flex the biceps and do some random bench or super wide deadlift. It's like we're
Power
just in this very
builders.
weird move. Yeah, it's like it's such a funny like there are a lot of people with high followings that have accomplished nothing.
Yeah, but remember,
so
remember,
funny.
you got people coming for you, you know, because they do dumbbell press. Remember that, all right?
You know,
coming for your throat, bro.
I actually just remember now. Yeah, one of the dudes that was sending for endurance. Yeah, where like he was like posting something like he squatted 290, but there was literally someone holding his chest up.
And my man was like, "Oh,
God.
I think I go 300 in me." I was like, "Man, do you know what it takes to score 300?"
Oh, and it was reverse band. It was reverse band as well. Oh my lord!
Oh my day.
But you
yeah,
get
no,
loads of that.
yeah.
You get loads of that.
But
Carry on, Mo,
it's
carry on,
crazy,
carry
you
on.
know?
Yeah,
now
sorry,
it's
Mo,
like
yeah, go on.
with the buying followers, also there's a lot of company and money being made in powerlifting, or not powerlifting, but social media. So people influence to buy followers and look a lot bigger than they actually are. It's honestly it's a sad thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. But obviously, from some people also looking at social media from a financial starting point. So it's not necessarily like actually showing my sporting achievements or anything, but rather it's just how big can I make myself look on social media to appease to brands. But if you're buying followers or if you're buying likes, honestly, just review yourself. Like, what's your motivation for doing this? Yeah.
Can I go next?
Yeah, go, bro.
So for me, I'm gonna liken buying followers to spending real money buying Monopoly money to put in your wallet.
But the problem with social
No, but
media though
listen.
is you can actually make money from that monopoly.
No,
money.
I don't think so, because you're not only gonna to a point, but not only are you gonna have to buy followers, you're gonna have to buy likes, you're gonna have to buy comments. Do you know what I mean? Look how much money you're
Yeah.
spending on that shit. Instead, you can just invest in some shit instead. Like, why are you buying likes, followers, and shit to get some free protein tubs? Like, how much money? Do you know what I mean? That's what people like do it for. For me,
But you know, this happens. It happens not even like outside of powerlifting. I don't know if you guys follow like music. There was some female athletes like Dua Lopez or something, or Demi Lovato. I don't know who the female was, but she actually photoshopped her crowd. She's got 1.2 million followers on social
I
media.
see that.
But
Yeah,
she
but it's
like
such a waste man thing, bro.
Imagine going
Yeah.
somewhere as like a speaker or something and not having a crowd there in front of you.
Yeah, imagine.
doesn't matter
Imagine,
because
imagine.
you
Yeah, but you're
you
changing the
have a
lives
life
of
on
those
social media.
chairs.
Oh, talking about
You're
it.
changing the
Talking
lives of
about
them
it.
chairs. You know, there's
Do you know? Talking about it. I saw someone.
just
the
your mom and
Arnold
dad there
last
going.
year.
Whoa,
Very
what was
nice,
that?
very good.
What was that, Dreams?
I saw someone from the Arnold last year. I think one of the social media influencers. I forgot her name. Literally, she
Her
was
name?
giving a talk. She was giving a talk. There was only one lady there standing, and I'm thinking like, what's that lady standing there? I might just go and buy her coffees or something. Literally, you
I
know.
don't know.
I
Who was
mean,
that?
Bob, I can't remember her name. I think she's British or something like that. But anyway, what I'm saying, like things like that, it is embarrassing.
You're
To me,
if you buy like followers and that, you're a bit of a waste man.
I think
Let's be honest.
going with what Mo said, right? It's like a financial investment to a how do I put it? There are a lot of people, right, that do buy followers, right? A lot of them. I personally, I'm not gonna fucking call them out. I can't do that. I actually know them.
but Espen, I mean,
wait. So like, there are a lot of people that do it, right? It is an actual thing. People do it. People do buy followers. One of the main reasons why they've done it, and I've asked, is probably because of the reason that people, when you go on someone's social media account, right, one of the first things you see is how many people are following you. People, well, I don't know about now. Now it's probably changed, but before, when they did it originally, people never used to go on to, clicking on the picture, seeing how many views a video would get, or seeing how many likes did the picture get. They would just see the following, right? You've got 20,000 followers. Oh shit, you must be big. That's one of the first things that comes to mind. If it's someone like an online coach or a personal trainer, if someone that doesn't know any different is a first timer in the gym, wants to get into fitness, doesn't know where to start, doesn't know who to ask, hasn't got any friends into the fitness world, first thing they're going to do is go on social media, they'll hashtag something. Luckily, that person's page will come up. Boom, click on it. They'll see 20,000 followers, a huge fitness following. They'll see a couple of pictures of them topless, whatever. Even if it's got 10 likes, they don't see that. They see the following. Straight into the DMs, boom, when can we start?
Yeah, but
And
both sides of that are wastemen.
No, 100%. But I'm just saying, from a business perspective, it's generated a lot of money for these people. So if we're speaking about like why people buy it, I'm just saying that is one of the main reasons why financially, even though we grow these people, they are living fucking great lives. Like,
No, but
they're
are
just
they
living
all-
like,
are they
they're
living-
living
are they living
good,
like
bro.
However-
Considering
however-
you're
I think
ready to
it
get
sounds like
milk or 1 pint or
Espin
6
spoke.
pint.
It sounds like Espin.
Man's green
Whoa, one at a
screening
time,
his-
lads. One
his
at a
flight,
time,
bro.
lads.
It sounds like Espin spoke from experience. But the thing is, what I'm saying. Yeah.
Listen, if
But-
any
but-
of you are following Espin, let me know.
So, what I'm
I
saying
got 2
is,
likes, 2 likes.
do you guys? I know it's a subject we're talking about, guys. Do you actually know how do you buy these followers? Because I have no clue. How do
Oh
they do
yeah,
it?
yeah. I get so many in my DMs
So
now,
many.
bro. Like I'm getting like because they found my email somehow. I'm getting like an email a day. Like they'll just slide into your. One guy had 900,000 followers, and he slid into my inbox. Was like, "Oh mate, your page has so much potential, but obviously you're not maximizing it. Like we can have a chat." I said, "Oh, I'm not interested. I'm
but
good."
Mo, you didn't even
Yeah.
maximize your deadlift, so he probably shouldn't.
He sent me like 10 different profiles with like 100K pages. Like, oh, I've got these guys from 5K to 100K. I can do it for you. Just
Can I be
let's
honest
see.
though? He's the one. That guy, is the one making the money.
Oh, it's a pyramid scheme.
It's a
100%.
pyramid scheme.
So,
Yeah, no, yeah.
I know we're talking
But
about
obviously
people making money, but bro, they're still driving a Fiesta.
But it's also
Do
it's also
you know
I've
like
reached
do you know
out.
what I mean? Like that's not like money, bro.
No,
That's
of course,
just
yeah.
clout money.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's a difference between money, riches, assets,
Yeah.
and yo, I got a free protein tub still.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You can't sell programs to 20,000 fake people. So it doesn't make any
I can't
difference.
sell my soul like that, bro. I know other people might be happy to do that, but nah, not me. Like I've always been taught, there's no point having $1,000 fucking wallet and having 5p in there. But that's what it's empty. These numbers are. They're empty.
So
like,
would we say, is he? I know this is probably like not a little bit deviate the topic here, but is it the same thing with all these people getting these deals with these protein companies? Is it the same thing?
nah, because like for these protein companies, like we had this conversation. For the protein company, it makes sense because they give you some free stuff that has a 947% markup. Yeah, so they're making money off anyway. To give the 20% discount code to other people, which they're still making a profit off after that, and they get free views, free engagement, and free advertising. They don't then need to pay because, like, if they give, let's say, just as an example, let's say My Protein, they give 100,000 people 22% off and 15 for themselves and 15% codes off, increase their price by 25%. They're still making bags every time you buy something. They're still getting free advertisement. They're not having to pay a penny. And because the market's now so saturated with My Protein, there's only My Protein left. They're getting all that dough. And it's just a smart way of doing things.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of people being sponsored by Optimum Nutrition now. They're literally sponsoring anything with a post. Like you're seeing people that just bought a gym membership and then 2 days later, they're being sponsored by Optimum Nutrition because it's the same scheme as what Indy just said. Markup is so high.
It's smart.
Yeah, it's a very smart scheme.
They're not giving these people like 5 tubs of protein, like all that. They'll be like a tub of protein, some cookies and that, or maybe some like free stuff, and you're just gonna promote me, but then you're gonna buy so much amount of like my products that I've marked up by X amount. You've seen how expensive protein is off these, like these main pages or like my protein, Optimum Nutrition. Unless they have a sale on, that shit is extortionate.
It's going up every year right now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Creatine at the moment costs the same as protein did.
It's so insane. Like everything, like I remember 2 years ago, you could get like a 5 kilo bag, you put that for 45 quid. maybe 50. Now it's 110.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Who's eating up? Like, I might as well buy a flipping cow and just keep that in my house and turn that into protein. It doesn't make any sense. So
what about you, Joey?
What about me, bro?
Your input.
What was the question? What was the question again?
About
Sorry.
Followers.
Followers.
Oh, I thought someone turned it into a different question. But
no, that was just me trying to figure out, is it the same scheme, is the same aspect? But go on.
I think I agree with all the points, the for and sort of, I guess, against the whole buying followers thing. My only take is, like, if anyone listening or for everyone that wants to know how you can sort of suss out a little bit if someone's like got the fake followers, is just look at the views on the posts that they got. Like, if they say they got like 7K followers but only averaging like, I don't know, 100 likes and 1 to 2K views, then something's not adding up. Like, the maths ain't maths it, basically. But other than that, like, I agree with the points given by everyone here right now, the for and against. And like, if you're just buying followers for the sake of buying followers, or even on top of that, like buying a blue tick, because apparently that can be done now.
What are your views on that, though? That's a different.
I'm about to get there. I'm about to get there.
That's a different one, though, isn't it?
I just think, I honestly think the blue tick one, that's sad.
Bear in mind, the blue tick, people know that you've got a blue tick, and that's a direct debit. You're paying monthly, like a fucking phone bill. That is a lot.
So what's the blue tick mean?
It means you're verified. It just basically means that Juris Kingamu, you are Juris Kingamu. You are who you say you are.
Yeah, basically. Just in case you wake up in the morning and you have like an existential crisis and you're like, yo, who am I? You can go onto Instagram and you'll be like, oh, me, bro. Look. Says I'm me.
It's pretty much what celebrities and, like A-listers pretty much have.
It's
Mo like... tried to get a blue tick for his final deadlift, but they said, nah, bro, you didn't get it.
But it depends, though. Obviously, it's also like if someone's like massive on social media, maybe they get.
I think some people get it free. I don't know how it works, bro. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard people say some people get it free, some people paying for it. If you get it free,
I thought it was free.
If you're paying for it, I wouldn't pay for it, because I know we're going to talk about engagement, people coming into profiles and that, but like,
I think this just falls. It'll fall in the same category as what we were speaking about. To be fair, like,
if you're paying for something like that, you're a dick. Because you come on,
don't mix your words, bro. Tell us how you feel.
You're paying for something just for social media to verify that's you. There's no credibility there. You know what I mean? That should be something that should be given to you for free.
Okay, so before that was the case, like celebrities would get a verified blue tick because it just kind of like differentiates their profile from, like, I don't know, a scammer. Because someone could be like, oh, I'm the Prince of Nigeria, send me this amount and I'll send you back. No offense, but Mo, you know what I'm talking about.
Why not Prince of the Philippines, just the Nigeria?
Mo, you know what
we've never had a monarchy.
Or Prince of Ecuador, I don't know.
I mean, you saying that celebrity, but now no more commoners. As Indy said, the driving Fiesta, and some people still don't even have a bicycle at home. They have the blue ticks.
They can get a blue tick.
That's the world we live in now. That's literally the world. Everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be, oh, look at me and my amazing life. While I've not even paid my council tax for the last 5 months. It doesn't make any sense. Everyone's living a fake life on social media.
There's no point having a blue tick and not forwarding your flights to Malta.
Oh my days. Oh, we can't have one serious conversation.
Man need to sell their ticket, buy a paddle, bro.
So with this blue tick, also that's another question. I'm going following question. Does this blue tick mean you need to have certain following?
No,
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've not looked.
So you could just buy the blue tick, bro. You can literally just buy it. It's like,
or maybe it's a package deal. Like, you get the followers and then somehow get the blue tick straight after.
I bet I'm talking like
what's the limit? What is it?
In the next month or so, I'll get blue tick. People say Algerians is buying it. I'm African.
Wait, Mo, how many followers do you have, Mo?
I only have 7,000, like 7,000.
So you should buy the blue tick then.
How does it work? I'm curious.
Can I buy the blue tick? Can I buy the blue tick?
I was going to mention
and
this.
Call you out. One second.
I was gonna mention this though. It's like even with because social media is so weird now. Is like
Yeah, look,
you could be an actual athlete, like actual decent athlete in a sport. Like for example, I don't know. I've never worked with Mirror Fit, for example, but Mirror Fit, they kind of do this. Hopefully, they don't listen to this podcast and grill us, right? They'll rather pay for a model to display their calibrated plates than actually get a power lifter who's got decent following. They'll rather pay for somebody who's got 50, 20,000, might even be bots. They don't care, right?
All
But
power
they'll
to do
rather
that as well.
pay for that social media perception rather than actual lifters doing it.
and this is what
So
I was
that's-
saying about people that would buy followers just to
Yeah,
get these
it's-
opportunities. This
It's
is what I
just the way
meant.
the social
This is what
media
I meant.
market is now.
Yo.
There's nothing we can do. It's just the way things are.
During
boys-
that 3.8k followers, I think that's a fucking crime.
Who?
£9.96
Durance.
a month.
I'm
to
buying
buy a
Durance
basic-
and followers.
I was gonna mention this.
Someone
Like, even in the
send
UK,
me a link to that Prince guy buying new followers. I'm buying Durance some followers.
it was like during if Russell Orhe scored at 315, like all the juniors would go crazy. Like,
Oh,
Russell
100%.
scored this.
And we're
Russell's
talking
done
about
that.
all the juniors here in this country as well. They'll
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
And
give
or like
themselves.
even regular powerlifters, and you've got
Yeah.
like Durans in his garage doing like 310, and like
No one will care.
everyone's like
No one
he
will care.
can put it into the hole. No,
No
one
one.
cares. It's like it's just that weird dynamic social media gives.
And you
us,
can't blame the fact that
unfortunately, we
Durance
have
is
to deal
just
with.
zoomed in on his collars when he's doing that. Like 350.
Yeah,
Fuck you, bro.
and,
You
and
know?
he'll do his
I'm
10
listening-
minute
I'm
intro
listening-
into the squat.
I'm listening to feedback, But anyway, what I'm saying,
I'm
like,
giving you feedback.
I'm listening
Oh
to
my
it.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
what you
I'm-
do. Do you remember your videos? Your videos are a shambles. But now they look really good because like you record 10 seconds of you going,
Yeah.
I don't even watch your videos anymore. I just like them because I'm like, yo, bro, this brother's gonna spend 20 minutes looking at his hands.
Someone gave me
Oh
that
my
tip though. I'm
days.
not a social
Who
media
gave
guy,
you
so
that tip,
now
bro?
now you telling me it's wrong. Oh, for fuck's sake.
The same people
Hey,
buying
Mo,
followers giving
Mo,
you
first
that
off,
tip.
it was you,
Espen, was
innit?
it you?
Mo, it was Mo, innit? I know it was Mo.
Well, anyway, what I'm saying that
Oh,
let's go
yeah.
back to the blue tick because I'm talking about what I'm thinking that someone like Russ have got like 250,000 followers, but he doesn't have a blue tick.
Yeah.
Because
I think you
Yeah, because
request
he's
it. They
taking
don't give
money,
it
bro.
like you request it.
Before you could
Yeah.
request it, but now literally, if I just googled it now, so they've announced that it's £9.96 a month, so you can actually do it. It's a subscription, basically.
£9 a month.
Shit,
That's
Yeah.
rent in Newcastle.
That's crazy.
Literally.
That is just crazy. I mean, let's
Joking.
guys. I know we're killing time here. Let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
The
next topic.
I had
We got loads.
was people buying Jordan nowadays and squatting on them.
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for bringing that
A
up.
very good one. Actually, that's interesting because I spoke to Joey about that
Espen, you're fucked.
privately.
You're one of them.
No, I don't squat in Jordans. I squat in Dunks. Thank you very much.
Jurists don't know the difference, bro. Anyways,
Oh, that's
continue,
true.
Espen.
Oh no, come back to me.
You know, they
I'll
say
come
you
back
can't
to
have a £300 shoes for a £5 squat. That's Espen. He's the epitome of a £1,000 wallet with a penny in there.
Oh my days.
Man's got all these garms and drips to not even turn up to British.
So yeah. Well, anyway, my question is, I'll get everyone views on it. What do you guys think about it? Because
You want me
remember,
to give it
this-
first then?
yeah, Indy
Go on,
can go
Indy,
first,
go
but
on.
this
Oh,
wave-
boy.
this wave started no long ago.
No,
It's an Americanism.
It's been going on for a while, though. To be fair,
It started in America. Let's be
Yeah.
frank.
yeah.
It's always like all of this stuff that's a bit showy and a bit weird. It starts in America because, like,
Yeah.
so for me, what you're gonna squat in is what you're gonna squat in. If you genuinely find Jordan's comfortable and you're enjoying squatting on them, crack on, right? That's me genuinely saying it. If you're deadlifting in Jordans, you're a waste man. But listen, because they have height on them.
Yeah, they have hills on them, so they're not
Yeah.
actually flats. Yeah.
So they're not flats and they're not close to the ground. So there's no
Yeah.
reason, right? There's not about I find it more comfortable. You find it more comfortable deadlifting
Doing
from a
it-
deficit. Well done.
Yeah.
Do you like it's just
Dead-
weird to
yeah,
me.
deadlifting in Jordans makes
Deadlifting
no
in
sense.
Jordans makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just me.
that's
I don't give a
just
fuck what
you
anyone-
showing off.
If someone's
Yeah.
coming here with some fucking physics, fucking astrology shit, I'm a Gemini, so I've got to fucking squat in Jordan. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. But if you genuinely find that they're comfortable for your squat and you're doing it because you're finding them comfortable or you're finding it helps your squat, crack the fuck on. Because for me, it doesn't matter what you find comfortable. Something I find highly uncomfortable, someone else is going to find highly comfortable. And if it works for them, it works for them.
It's,
If someone's
do it.
so, for example, if someone's squatting fucking 300, 400 kg in Jordans, is someone squatting 200 kg, you're going to say to them, bro, why are you doing that? That don't make no sense. Shut up. I'm lifting more than you. Do you get what I mean? So if it works for you, crack on. But if you're one of these people that is specifically doing it for the gram,
for the image,
you waste, man.
Yeah, I mean, just to quickly follow up from what Indy's point was, it's just like, you know, it's the anthropometrics of it all. Like it's not like just because it suits this guy's squat, it's gonna suit everyone's squat. You know what I mean? Like no one should ever think that way. That there's a blanket sort of, I don't know, apparel. Like if you're just lifting for clout, get the fuck out, man. Honestly, get the fuck out. Like you're only about this for the attention. Get the fuck out.
Plus, right? They're not cheap.
Oh yeah, no,
expensive shoes, bro. I was gonna buy one at some point, you know, like just to have, but I was like, let me buy myself.
No, but like squat shoes.
I was just gonna get like a pair of Jordans. I was just like, let me just see what they're like. It's like 250, 300, you know.
Yesterday,
the only one 120.
The Reds.
Oh, those
Reds. I love them shopping it. I just had to back out. I was like, and people were squatting in them.
Going off this, have you ever seen the video of 50 Cent in a
I saw that last week.
Shoe store? Bro, makes me laugh. This guy is loaded. He goes to the shop. He goes, how much are these? The guy's like,
5K.
500 quid or 5K. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Throws him on the floor.
Yeah,
this is 50 Cent. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if someone this loaded,
he could buy a car instead.
Yeah, he goes, go out, buy a car instead.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. If it helps, fair enough. But if you're doing it just because it looks good, you need to reassess your entire life.
I have those Jordan in my basket for the past 3 months, and I'm still thinking about it. Right, so they're expensive. And yesterday at the squad, right, I saw Annie was wearing them to squad. I literally told her, I said, on the podcast, I'm gonna grill you because this is what we're gonna talk about. Right? How the fuck did you go from you squatted, because she's one of the biggest. I mean, she's not one of them. She's the biggest squatter in 69 in our country. Right, she had to go to the British record, and suddenly
her squat's moving a lot better though in flats.
Yeah. So what you said there, she explained to me why she moved to the Jordans. And then reason why she moved to the Jordan makes sense. She's more comfortable. The bar path is better. Do you know what I mean? And then every time she loads in, you know, she doesn't need to think about what she's wearing. Something like that makes sense. But still, they're expensive, girl. That's too expensive.
Nah,
that's
see, I don't.
She's got.
See, I don't think
she's got a rugby player though.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't think the expenditure should be a thing in these terms, right? Because Nike Romeos are like 180. Yeah, Addy Powers and stuff are like 140, 180. Some of these like Reebok ones are like 140. Like 100 quid to 200 quid is like the standard for like shoes that last, right? Generally speaking,
people don't have. You see, you have one squat shoe. I have one. These people that squat in Jordans, they don't have one, right? They got different colors.
10, yeah. Okay, yeah, cool, yeah. But you know, like just stuff like that doesn't bother. Like I'm gonna, like I said, for me, last time I'm gonna say stuff like that doesn't bother me as long as you're doing it because it works for you.
Yeah,
you get me. If you're wearing some spangly, like fucking shiny ass shoes to deadlift just because they look good, that's a weird one.
The best way to tell though, the best way to tell is to go to a specific lifter and just seeing what they post week by week, and you can see the different change in shoes. 1 week could be squat shoes, 1 week could be Notorious, 1 week could be Jordans. Those are the people that basically.
Are you talking about Mo?
Does Mo do that?
Mo, how many squat shoes do you have?
I've got a lot, but I've got very interesting feet. So I've got size 11.5. I've got 11.5 feet, and I'm also like weirdly fat-footed, and my ankles are like messed up. So even when I squat naturally, my body just does weird stuff with my feet. So I'm always like looking to find what works with my feet best. That's why I've got like 10.
But you don't wear squat shoes, do you?
No, I've got like 3 squat shoes though, and I've got like a few pair of flats.
Stick with one and then you score 350.
Nah, Mo changes techniques after each rep. I watched it. Me and Tony were watching it, right? And Mo would like do a rep and then change, do a rep and then change, do a rep and then change. I'm like, fucking hell, Mo. What's going on?
Fucking days,
Wow,
man.
Mo,
I was
you-
looking for a band, you know.
So Mo, you,
Mid squat
Mo,
looking
you-
for bands.
so Mo, you and Ishak, you're cutting the same cloth because
What do
that's
you
what
mean, bro? What cloth?
Yeah, but because that's what he's doing now. The kid has got a French stance. I saw him at the squad. I was like, what the fuck is this kid doing?
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe like these lads, like they really struggle to see the referee, so they have to lean really forward and be like, "Yo, is he?"
Wait, but did my
he
squad
say
still
go?
look French? Did my squad still
Yeah?
look French when we were there? Squad, it looked French.
Your squad it looked better than before Sheffield. I was literally worried about that. I'm
Yeah,
thinking, like,
it does.
oh
It
my
does
God.
look much better than before.
To be
Before
fair,
Sheffield, you were scaring me, bro. I'll be honest.
Mo
with you.
looks bigger now than he did at Sheffield too.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I
All them
thought so.
Oh,
accessories.
really, Mo?
Actually, I got a video. I got a picture of like the last time I went Gymshark. Actually, I was gonna send that to you. Like, I think I looked bigger last time I went Gymshark
I don't
because
know,
I was
man.
just in hypertrophy mode back then.
Yo, let's not talk about sizes because your body dysmorphia kicking in. You get me, bro? Not even taking the piss. Genuinely, like I think we all have it to a certain degree.
But I think we've covered all the topics for this week, though. I think there was one last thing that we need to.
There's some random ones on here.
I was gonna say, I say we just pick one of the random ones because it's quite a funny one. To be fair, actually,
I sent them. What were they?
there were two things. Everyone keeps asking us, right, to cover the topic about Chance Mitchell with SPD.
No. There
but
was one here.
we-
It says,
I don't think we
"Why
can go
did
into that.
Espin duck Brits?"
That was a good one. And I've actually
Yeah.
spoken about that in so many fucking episodes. So
Yeah,
clearly
but
this
like
person doesn't
Mo's
listen to it.
technique, you change your answer every time. The
I was-
calendar for British powerlifting's up a year before, and you still chose that week. But we'll not get into it.
I already told you I was going for my 5th honeymoon.
Apparently, you have one booked in August.
What's people talking about Chance Mitchell thing? What the hell is going on?
You heard his latest podcast, right? About
I didn't listen to it, bro. Mo's
I didn't
definitely
listen
listened
to
to it.
You
It
know,
was just about he was just why he dropped out of Sheffield.
So
Yeah,
basically,
okay.
what happened with SPD? You guys are literally throwing me under the bus. I know all of you don't know. He spoke about it. Don't take the piss.
Because I know everyone are throwing grenades at SPD. What's SPD's done? What fired him or what took his invite away from him or what happened?
Do you want to go, Mo?
Nah, bro, look at the shirt I'm wearing, bro. You go, innit?
All right.
It's your story.
So he basically spoke about it in his podcast. In conclusion, SPD basically said that, you know, if you're not going to accept the contract, because basically everyone that went to Sheffield got an SPD contract or got offered an SPD contract. If you refused it, that's fine. Apparently, I don't know.
I'll clarify that.
Yeah.
So because I got the invitation. It wasn't so the way he said it was an they insinuated like the thing was, right, SPD put up this massive meet, they paid for the venue and everything, and they asked people, like, if you're not an SPD athlete, you have to pay for your hotel and food. And then there was a required hotel, which I think mostly was due to drug testing that they wanted to do.
And you had to
Right,
stay
so
there for
if you
3
were-
to 4 days.
You had to stay there for 3 days. What was the minimum requirement due to
Yeah.
media stuff and everything? So the requirement was, if you're not like with us inviting to Sheffield, we can offer you a contract where we'll pay for your hotel, right? But if you don't want to be an SPD athlete, or if you're not coming to this competition as an SPD athlete, you have to pay for your hotel yourself.
Yeah.
food.
So you had to cover everything. So Chance basically refused it because he's still with Stoic. Is that how you pronounce it? Stoic?
Stoic.
Yeah,
Stoic, yeah. So he refused it. He stuck with them out of respect. And he was happy to pay for the flights, accommodation, everything. So he basically covered all of that. And then after he purchased all of that, they then said to him that he won't be able to take Matt Gary as well, because he also paid for all of his flights as well. That's what he said in the podcast,
No,
right?
those are
Matt
two
Gary's
separate.
banned,
Matt
isn't
Gary was also
No,
there, though. That's
but
the thing.
that's what I'm saying. But okay, cool. So that happened anyways. So now
It was,
chances
it was about the branding
oh
and wearing
shit.
it on the platform.
Oh Joey, did you hear it then? Yeah.
Huh?
Did you hear the podcast then? Yeah.
That's what you told me.
I'll take over then, Joey. Go on.
No, I'm just saying that was the stipulation that they gave him.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stipulations, and one of the stipulations as well that a lot of people found a bit, was the fact that they said that he couldn't be handled by Matt Gary #1. So basically, Chance had to find someone else that could handle him. But apparently, SPD said that this particular person that Chance had in mind had to go with him for the 4 days at the hotel and all that. So basically, he had to pay for his whole accommodation for 4 days for the handler. So it didn't make sense.
Was all of this a last minute thing, or is something that was already spoken in advance?
It was from the way Chance spoke about it in the podcast, it was a changed stipulation. It was changed. Like Chance didn't know that, because had he known that, he wouldn't have bought the tickets. He wouldn't have bought the flats and accommodation. From his understanding, he just thought that if he's not agreeing to the SPD contract, then he covers everything himself. That's all he thought. But then after Matt Gary couldn't go, that was fine. Chance took that on the chin. He was like, okay, cool, we moved now. Then Chance had to find someone in the UK to handle him. But then SPD said to him, unfortunately, this person can't handle you unless you take him with you for the whole 4 day that you're here. So for like the media thing, that handler had to be there with him for the whole duration. And that just wasn't, it didn't make sense financially. So Chance pulled out, basically. Obviously, there's more to it, but that's pretty much in a nutshell as to what happened.
But so basically, to all the viewers that will listen to this, if you want to get more details on it, what's Chance podcast? It's what?
Called meta lifting. Yeah.
Yeah, meta lifting. So I think he spoke more about it over there. But at the same time, this is not something, we didn't bring this conversation here to say who's wrong, who's right. But at the same time, we are no Chance, we are no SPD. But people, there's a caveat there saying SPD is a business. As a business, they have got their policies, and the policy have to be followed, right? So if the policies are not followed, and then they have to pull the plug. So because again, as I said, as much as like Sheffield was an IPF/IPF competition, but it was still very much of an SPD championship. Mm-hmm. So almost like they do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, SPD event. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't like listened to the podcast, but like the one thing that's clear is Matt Gary wasn't allowed to handle it like international events, right? Because he was banned for what? Is he a year?
Yeah. I think it's going to end in June or something, because we spoke to Matt Gary ourselves anyway.
He's also going to be in Malta. Yeah, he's going to be in Malta.
And so was Flex.
Yeah, right? Flex as well.
So
having not been involved in that little circle and that information, even I, from an outside perspective, know that's the case.
I think the problem, though, one thing I would say when I listen to Chance Mitchell's podcast, it's like he wasn't aware. So I think one thing he was worried about was a handler, so somebody being in the warm-up room to like spot and load, because no one was really aware about what the warm-up room would be like, because we knew SPD was going to handle it, but a lot of people were worried about, would there be enough people to load the plates and whatnot? And there were, so for everyone to know by now, there were like spotters and loaders were provided by SPD for the day. So I feel like maybe if Chance had the extra information about there'll be spotters and loaders provided, maybe he would have been more comfortable handling himself with no issues, but
he did say,
but
between both of them,
that should have been a thing that you sort of like. Even like I wasn't even involved in the thing, but I knew that they weren't going to let these people spot and load for themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, especially
like,
with competition
that's common
like
sense. Like, sort of covers that aspect of things for me personally. Anyway, looking from the outside.
Yeah, he did say.
How come Chance pulled out of Arnold's? Because he's pulled out of Arnold's and Sheffield, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Was it personal circumstances?
Yeah, I don't think he ever spoken about the Arnold's why he pulled out. He never really
Arnold's,
did.
He said he had gotten injured 6 weeks out.
Okay. Yeah, he got injured.
Couldn't lift much. And then he was able to string together some good training, but he didn't think he would perform well enough to justify doing Arnold's when he could have traveled out or just saved himself for Sheffield. I think that was the plan.
And the funny thing is, like, again, right, he missed this one chance.
I didn't know there was confirmed athletes. Sorry, Jordan. I didn't know there was confirmed athletes. All of them like confirmed at the Arnold's point.
Oh, he had won his weight class, so he knew he was definitely going.
Okay,
to be fair,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
didn't know.
what I said, like, he's a very strong boy. So missing this opportunity, not doing it, there's always another opportunity he will do it. You know what I mean? And I have no
Yeah.
doubt about it. He will come back for it. But again, it's just a shame that he didn't show up, because if he did, that battle of the 93 would have been really, really interesting in terms of like some of the attempts that were made or even put on as Sheffield would have been done if chance was there. So it would have been interesting. It would have been really good for us as the viewers. So what happened is, to me, I feel like we missed out on that opportunity
Oh,
to see that
100%.
amazing battle. So yeah.
And last question, Indy, I know you received quite a few, man. So just throw us the last one out there.
All right, so let's have a look. Shall I do a juicy one or?
Yeah, let's go for a good
Yeah,
one, man.
juicy one,
Ah,
bro.
here we go.
We'll end on that.
This is a nice one to finish on. Views on other federations and competitions outside of BP, IPF, claiming like it says the person says mid lifts as world records, etc.
Oh man. Okay, I've got one little because I noticed there was a guy I saw on social media. It's again, it's a social media problem. It's the same category with buying followers, buying the blue tick. I've seen people. There was a guy. He's in the UK, but he had unofficial world record holder, and I was very confused. I was like,
Yes,
who's like?
my
I was
favorite.
like, who's? I was like, oh, let me go and find out, because I was like, he's got 150K. You know, I was like, and I'm guessing it was natural. It was like WRPF tested in Leicester.
I know who you're on about. I think.
What's the unofficial world record and what's the weight class?
Oh no, he was doing 235 deadlift in sleeves, and he looked like 105 athlete. I was just like, what's going on? But it's obviously just that social media thing where it doesn't matter what European record you have. You're not going to go there and say it's a WRPF, because obviously, realistically speaking, powerlifters know the records and know who are good.
Mhm.
But it's the fact that you can just put
Yeah,
things
for
on
the
social
general
media to make
public.
yourself look. Yeah.
I mean, this
That's
is the
it.
exact same thing. We had a chat in the conversation in the group chat, even in the podcast last time. It's the exact same thing where you see some of the GB lifters that had the GB singlet once because they did bench press, and they go and advertise themselves a fully GB international, where people like Mo and Indy that can fucking make a fucking rug out the GB singlet at home. They're sitting there thinking, who the fuck is this person? Do you know what I mean? The real internationals are sitting there thinking, mate, I've never seen you on a flight to South Africa or in fucking Poland, or even when I went to Sweden. Even when people like Moe and people like Espin and Joey turned up, but you were not there. How the fuck are you calling yourself a GB
Even
international?
people like Joey and Espin. not like even peasants like this.
That's
You know what I mean?
that's 2 weeks in a row now. Last week it
So-
was
Savage.
strong guys like Indy, Mo,
You know,
and the rest.
so the exact same thing there. These world records piss me off, right? It does piss me off, because exact same thing you said there. You see people on social media lifting some dead ass weight and calling them official European record, official world record. Some people even are calling them. I saw a lady on social media. She squatted what? I think it was 142 and a half, an official British record, you know. And we're talking about like a 76. And I was there, I'm thinking, what the fuck? Is this lady not knowing that someone like Susie exists that can squat over 200 kilos?
Sorry, as a side note, as an add-on onto this, because it's still part of the same topic, right? But I'm just gonna add this on as answer this as well. So we're gonna go back to Mo. As well as like these random world records and official world records, what do you think of people just doing just gym lifts, just lifting the gym and being like, yeah, I could do this at fucking comp, or people seeing people do gym lifts and be like, this man's coming for you, etc., etc. So that on top of this as well.
They're professional sumo deadlift bar pullers now. Like, they'll just exit on social media to pull big deadlifts in sumo stands, max width, bumpers, deadlift, a deadlift bar and straps, and they've got like 100K followers. So it's like,
Wait,
it's the world we're in now.
I've seen a
I
guy
think
who
the other
does this.
the other thing as well is, Indy, what you just said there, right? I think a lot of people in our country, or a lot of people in powerlifting, they have become the Jesus, the Moses, the prophets nowadays, right?
Or big
Because
people pulling sumos with bumpers. Like this guy here. Sorry,
So
carry on.
basically, what I'm saying is people become prophets and all of that stuff is because you get people saying, oh yeah, this person has got minimal training. I've taught with this. If you give him a 4 months training, they'll come for that person. Mate, since when has the Holy Spirit come to you on the dream and told you the truth that this is going to happen on the platform? Do you know what I mean? And I don't get it. Literally, like, I'm not saying here I'm saying one of the best in the world or whatever, but I'm thinking, hang on, it's taken me 7 years to be where I am. And you telling me someone that can have a minimum 4 months training and come and do what I do? Bro, come on.
I think it's a pet peeve, right? In terms of like, you know what? No disrespect to any other federation out there. Anyone can do whatever federation they want, right? You can go do AB, I don't even know the names of it, right? But you can do whatever you want. However, we're all human beings. We all have common sense, right? If you qualify with in the federation as an example, as a 74 lifter or 75, whatever it is in their federation, and you total something like 500 and something, you qualify to a worlds, whatever it is, and you win that with a very low total, and now all of a sudden you're a world champion. The fact that you have to write on your Instagram story or your bio saying, I am a world champion, please don't, because you have common sense. You know for a fact there's other federations out there, like our one, where you wouldn't even place top 100. So it's like, have some common sense. Just say, you know what, I just competed over the weekend. I came first in my class. Congrats. We go again next year. Nice and strong. Don't post that you're the strongest guy in the world. Don't do that.
If you say that, I'm gonna play devil advocate here.
Yeah.
If you say that, some of us in our profile, we have got like 3 times GB champion, right? British champion.
But we also write IPF and stuff,
you know what?
Don't we?
That's better though.
You know what I mean?
That's better.
I write IPF second and all of that, right? But Indy, but the thing is, like, I got 2 minds here. I write IPF because I'm trying to tell people I came second in the IPF federation.
Yeah.
I'm not telling people I'm a world champion in general. I came second in world champion.
That's completely different.
And then the other thing as well, what I'm going to say is, what about people that are untested then? If more goes like, oh yeah, I'm third in the world with 900 kilos total, but there's someone in the untested and more weight class that has like 940, 945.
Yeah, it's like it happens on TikTok. Like if I post like I remember I posted a deadlift a while back, and then they were like, "Oh, this will only rank so close to Jamal Browner or something." I was like, "What the fuck do you mean Jamal Browner? Like he's 110 and on a shit ton of stuff." But
that's where it comes to people with actual common sense. People that know that these people use enhancements to get where they are, whereas Mo did his clean. So to compare someone like Mo with someone that's been enhanced all of his fucking life, you need a bit of common sense to be able to not even fucking bother comparing the two to begin with. So
well, I got comment. I think King of the Little reposted my squat on his profile. People comment, "Oh, he's still not stronger than Russ," and I replied back to the dickhead saying, "Oh yeah, what's your squat, mate?" The guy had a 160 squat, but still saying he's still not stronger than Russ. I was so pissed. I'm thinking like, who's telling you they're reposting that post saying like the guy is stronger than Russ? You know.
And again,
but there's a lot of that on King of the Lifts, because I remember when he posted my European deadlift record, he literally puts in European Powerlifting Federation. I wrote like IPF deadlift record. Some guy commented saying this is only in the IPF. I was like, listen, are you fucking stupid? It literally says there IPF European Powerlifting Record. Like it literally says there what federation is it in. He goes, you need to make it more clear. I said, I can't make it more clear to fucking dumb fucks like you because it's in the first sentence. Like it's literally in the first sentence. What do you want me to do? Do you know what I mean? Like, but you're gonna get people like that everywhere as well.
Yeah, it's just social media.
And that just comes to show that you get at any level. Like with you guys get it all the time, and you guys are elite lifters. Like, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how strong you are.
I get it. I'm not even an elite lifter, bruv. Like all these juniors, yeah, like trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna total 600 before me, and then failing the deadlift opener with 245.
Someone hurt Joey today.
Nah, who you on about?
Nah.
Names, bro. Names.
Oh, that guy really affected Joey.
No, I'm talking about a 66 junior. Sorry.
You know what? How you're feeling right now is how United fans must be feeling.
Woo!
Oh, Espin, I'm sorry, mate. I just saw it. I'm sorry.
I'm still suffering, man. Fucking, I'm not even gonna
West
qualify
Ham,
the
you know,
Champions League.
Jesus wept. Anyway, for me, like the world record thing, I think it's a bit of a weird one, right? Because like
Okay.
you need to put the Fed in first of all.
Mhm.
Like put the Fed in to make it a
Yeah,
bit clear.
that's true.
Like people who purposely take the Fed out and just put 930 times, you know, world record holder and world champion, and everyone knows you BDFPA, chill out. But like there's a difference between being, I know you can only compete against the people who turn up, but if you're the only person in your class, you're de facto world champion, bro. That's a participation medal.
What are you trying to say, that, bro? You trying to say people?
I'm on about your
come on.
Commonwealths when you were one of two people. But listen,
No, my Commonwealth, I had 5 people, a list, but I did not come 5th. I came first.
No, it's fine. I know, but listen, this is my opinion. You get me. My turn to speak, juries. We don't want to hear about your Commonwealth.
I was gonna say I completely agree with Indy. My only take on it is that you know, people should be allowed to be proud of what they've achieved. You know, if anyone's gonna toot your horn, it should be yourself at the very you know, for every once in a while at least. But I was gonna go back to Juris's point earlier when people would message.
Hello.
Oh, my bad, bro. I thought you were finished.
We're on about the gym lifts. Yeah, I got the gym lift boys.
Yeah, I was gonna go there too, but yeah, you go first. You go first.
I hate this shit. I hate it, and I hate people saying this shit as well. Like, yo, have you seen how strong man is? Man did this with this dumbbell, so he's gonna beat Mo. I'm like, just because he likes to touch up dumbbells in the gym doesn't mean he's gonna fucking lift 901 kg this year and beat Mo. Like, oh yeah, but he could, but he hasn't. Yeah, but he lifts this much, but he hasn't done it. Yeah, but he does that in this gym, but he hasn't done it in comp. Like no one.
This is what I said. We got a lot of
lift.
profit nowadays. That's what I said. We got a lot of profit nowadays. They have got injuries in their dream coming to tell them what's going to happen tomorrow.
It's just weird to me. The whole thing's weird to me. I'm like, show it on the. I'll give you an example. Right now, I was having a conversation with Rondell Hunt about deadlifts and stuff like that because it's the only thing I can have a conversation with him because I'm weak. But either way, having a conversation.
Your score's getting better, you know. 330 for a double.
We don't talk about the bench. Shut up, Durans. Listen, I'm talking. We're talking about deadlifts, and I was like, "Yo, you're moving things like really fast, like things are going really well." And his response was, "What does your open powerlifting say?" I was like, 385.5. He goes, "Well, then." Do you know what I mean? And that is, technically speaking, I think probably the strongest natty lifter around, possibly. I can't think of anyone stronger than Ronda. He's a fucking absolute freak of nature. And if someone at his level can think like that, then why do you think, you know, that you're able to say that just because someone lifts X in the gym, they're able to replicate that fucking easily in a competition? If it was that fucking easily, every single person would be a world champion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I totally agree with that.
Let's not forget that these people that do all of these crazy ass lifts as well, it's like, it's for clout. Let's not get it twisted. It's for clout. It's to generate clients.
No, you saying that?
I heard it.
Oh yeah. It was just crossover from Mike.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So it's like you hear a lot of these people that say, "Oh yeah, but you know, they do X, Y, Z in the gym. You know, they do a fucking bicep curl with 100 kilos and then turn it into a squat, then into a lunge." And it's like, it's all for clout, right? It's all for clout. And why is it for clout? So they can generate more likes, more followers, which then gets online coaching, PT sessions, financial issues, like financial status, to improve finances. And it all leads to the exact same thing. It all gets to the same thing. People do stuff for clout. Reasons why? To generate more followers, to get more engagement. So then hopefully then all of a sudden they'll do one bicep curl. I'm an online coach. Now I sell programs, right?
Starting a new Fed, bro. International Circus Lifting Federation.
So that alone is like, that's why they do it. It's almost like the same fucking thing as buying followers. People buy followers, but the only difference is between people buying followers is that people that buy followers aren't going to break their backs doing these stupid things. They've just spent a little bit of money and now they've got online clients. You tell me the difference here.
One's expensive.
They're both basemen, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
I think anyone that lives for the clouds.
But one can still walk at the age of 25.
Yeah, true.
End of story. Simple as that. Like, it is what it is.
anyone that still lives for the clouds, to me, they are clowns. Do you know what I mean? So you can't pull yourself. If you know yourself, you live for the cloud. Just don't talk. Don't put yourself in a conversation with real lifters. And when I say real lifters, tested lifters, right? No people that we don't know what to do behind closed doors. I'm talking about that because I'm proud, because I am tested. Do you know what I mean? Compare yourself to that if you actually do it.
Yo,
on
be
the real
careful,
time,
bro.
You know what?
Just like, you know, because you're talking about untested lifters. What if accidentally something happens?
Tested. Anyway.
You don't want to talk about that just in case, you know, while you're talking about it, someone just comes, jabs you with a needle. Be careful, bro.
Do you know, at the British were this year at the British, the way I was with my water bottle, bro. Jesus Christ, I couldn't move it without it. But again, at the same time, Mira, it's like, again, what you guys said there, all these gym lifters, Indy was mentioned there. I just had a point there before I forgot. Before the British last year, myself, I was getting messages saying, "Oh yeah, there's someone in this divisional actually taught with like 750s, like you can use sleeves, betless, and all of that, you know, 750 as 83, and at the British, be careful, you know, all the names are coming in." I was like, yeah, but let's not get interested. They told us 750, still not 800 though. Do you know what I mean? I don't
They
care.
spend so long saying be careful, they don't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah, and then I turned up to the British, and no one turned up. You know, of course, kudos to all the 83s I was up against the 83 at the British. You know, they came in, they did their best. You know, they did what they could. But I'm thinking, who's this guy that squatted without sleeves and betless and all of that at 750, and the guy scored like 280? Where is it? Do you know what I mean? So all of these things to me is just like, look,
in the
I think Ross said this well. Ross said it really well. I did listen to his podcast. He said, look, the shit talks only work if you can back it up with numbers.
Mm.
If you don't back it up with numbers, you just look stupid.
Back it up with numbers in comp. I
Yeah,
want to
in
clarify
comp.
that. For me personally.
In comp.
Anyway.
You know, in comp with good judge, no, like when you have like a Robin Bermudez. No, with good judging.
Wow.
That's the only way you can back it up.
Yo, my name, you know.
And me,
yeah.
to be fair, Indy, the European we did last year, until I retire from powerlifting, I would always stand. That was the toughest judging I've ever seen in my life, and I've ever been through.
Euros 2022?
The Euro 2022.
Yeah.
I don't care what other judging it was. Your Sheffield judging, Mo, you guys were lucky. A lot of people there.
I got one. I got one
know?
red light in that European. Out of all of it.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah,
well done, Indy.
I got
How many red lights
I-
did Mo get from Sheffield?
Bears.
Trying to
Bears.
think. There was
You got 27, isn't
I
it?
think nine in total. 9 in total.
9?
Nah,
Yeah,
that's a
9 in
naughty, bro.
total.
Now
Yeah.
tell him
Nine in
the
total,
only Mo, tell him, man, say Joey, the only lights you're gonna see at Sheffield competition is the glow sticks. Tell him, Mo, back yourself, bro.
Jeez. Well, at least I'll be seeing the
Come on,
spotlights
bro.
next year, and he'll be seeing the glow sticks
That's true.
The spotlights. Which spotlights are you seeing next year?
when I'm handling endurance. Anyways, so
Men
believe
you're
I'm
getting to
going
Sheffield is not even by your power; it's by someone else's power. You know.
my brain power, yeah.
But-
Anyways,
Hey, that sounded so
It's-
sus.
yeah, it's clear. It's well, clearly, you know, someone fumbled the bag this year, so they're not gonna
brain
be there.
power.
Yeah.
Is
Brain
that
power.
you, Joey?
Go on, Joey.
Back doors, isn't it?
What?
66 gang.
Just giving brain. That's fine.
You 66 make me laugh, man. Some of them.
No,
some of
you
guys,
66 and Espin make me laugh.
You know, you 66 make me laugh. You know, some of you guys like buying followers. Some of you guys still fighting for a GB
Some
singlet.
of you pulling
of you guys,
bumpers,
you know,
Sumo
The
stands.
only person
You
buying
know.
the GB singlet is fucking Kibra.
Yeah, bro.
No, I didn't say buying. I said fighting for it. You know,
He's
and
yeah, no.
you know, some of
Imagine,
you guys
right?
are.
Actually, no, I'm not even gonna get into that. That'll be for
What I'm
another
saying,
week.
like
Nah,
some
don't
of
be
you guys,
savage.
some of you guys are becoming bench specialists, but it's not getting you guys anywhere. Do you know what I mean? You guys are so
Yo,
funny
who's
in
that
66,
firing at?
man.
Who's firing shots
Yeah.
at now?
Yeah.
Duran's
I've
not
just
even
been
looking
listening,
there.
Joey. Everything's been a reference to
He's
Joey.
not even.
Why,
He's
Joey?
not even picking targets.
Bro,
He's like
Joey.
Matrix style. Just
There's a lot of 66 in the country that have got good bench, not just Joey. I'm just saying, you know.
What about
You
the
guys
rest?
make me
Which one?
laugh. But what 66 have done for this country, I love it. You guys have elevated British powerlifting. But unfortunately, you're always going to watch on the sideline,
Wow.
which is
Man
very
went for
sad.
the that's not even. He went for the throat. There wasn't even laughing there. There
Literally.
wasn't even any laughter.
No,
Silence.
Indy, let's be honest. Don't you think they've done a good job?
When you said you, yeah, do
Joey,
they?
back yourself, bro. Why are you so
What?
quiet? This is the person you're also coaching.
I can't
No,
back
he-
it without numbers, innit? Until
He's true
then,
though.
he's
It's
right.
true.
No, the 66, what you 66 have done, your shit talk between you guys has actually got powerlifting into other people's mouth. It's good for us, the internationals. You know, we've got that advert. Like Indy was talking about the protein shake, right? We getting the advert without us actually making no effort, which is really good.
Hey, Delaney, I don't know if you're hearing this yet, but I really hope you are. Honestly, smoke the shit out of this guy. Smoke him. And then when you smoke him, do the salsa. Even though it's really badly done, but still do it. Do it regardless.
Oh my god!
The hate
Oh
is
my
real in
god!
here, you know. But
And
he was not even on about you though. He was on about 66s, Espin. I don't know
Oh,
what.
that's true,
Exactly.
actually, yeah. That's true.
Espin, you're going 83, isn't it?
No, I'm 92 at the moment.
How much do you genuinely weigh?
71. 70, 71.
That's all right. That's fine.
It's
Joey,
decent.
you're what? 61, isn't it?
That's the only 6 you'll see Joey have.
That was a good one.
Well, to
And
be fair, I've
no.
no, I'm not letting this go. Listen, Mr. Rank 654 on 83's Alexander Espin.
You know what? To be fair, Espin's changed his weight class more than Mo's changed his squat form.
Oh shit, that's true. That's true. During a set.
He's doing reverse to, you know, like Christian's like winning and collecting his infinity stones. Espin's getting kicked out of weight classes. He's giving his infinity stones up.
But yeah, just like Espin said, on that note, to the viewers, listeners, we appreciate you for tuning in to us. Today was a bit more of a very focused discussion on the topics we had, sent over. I hope those that brought it in, had their sort of feel in terms of what our opinions are. And again, I hope no one ever feels too comfortable trying to send for any of us, especially for Durance, who seems to get a lot in his DMs. But yeah, don't ever think that just because we banter one another, you can do the same, because it's not. You don't know us like that. It's just
deep in Joey's head, bro. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm just saying, like,
space.
when we banter each other, it's just our personalities, but as in essence, all I'm trying to say is that we have the mutual respect for one another,
Yeah.
because we have,
100%,
we've
100%.
experienced, like, international, what it's like to cut, to travel, to, all these factors. Like, we know it. Most of these guys in Durance's DMs haven't even seen, I don't know, an Alico plate. Let's put it that way. But yeah,
some of them can't even afford a plane ticket, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Also,
Well,
those that we were...
Everyone's firing shots like this. Julius
Literally,
just sits there, fires them sideways.
Last minute shots. Jesus Christ. And for everyone that competes in other federations as well, like, there was no shots at you guys. We were just literally just giving our point of views on what we believe, like...
Nah, there were
done,
shots,
shouldn't be
fam.
done.
Tell all those BDPFA,
No. It's like...
GBU,
No.
Espen, you just said there's no shot at them. I posted who pulled 345 faster than Indy. Can I tell you guys the result I got? I posted on my stories, right? Some people were saying, like, oh, respectfully, me. And some people were saying, oh, this person in the untested. And some people say, oh, it's me. And you look at that me, I'm thinking, mate, that 345 moves slower than me getting to Birmingham to Gymshark and coming home, bro.
Well, some of these, I was disrespectful because, like, I'm looking at these geezers lift and I'm like, what planet? Like, what? Just because you can lift it. No, it's not that. I don't even care, because, like,
Mo is talking because someone
I rep
him,
off
bro.
on their maxes, but that's not the point. The point is, like, it's weird that people back themselves over dumb shit when they have nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, back yourself for the things that you can do. Like, it's like people trying to offer out people in different weight classes. I'm like, you'll get a life, bro. Like, Espin, why are you shouting for 66s, you 74 geezer?
Why am I involved? You
joking.
He just had to tie off with a
You
send.
know, but the funny one Indy was right. When I go reply, some people said, "Oh yeah, Indy," and I reply back, I was like, "Can you watch the video again?" You know that was Indy, right?
Oh, bro, I think someone said to you, "Yo, yeah," but that was peaked. I'm like, yeah, 8 weeks out peaked. That kind of peak. I know some man like to peak too soon, but not me.
I couldn't believe it. Someone actually say it was Mo. I was like, "Have you watched Mo's 345?" I said, "No, don't get me wrong. Mo has got
I've
one of
never
the biggest
posted
deadlifts."
345 before, even.
Exactly. I was like, Mo has got one of the
Yeah.
biggest deadlifts in the IPF in 105s, but I don't think Mo's 345 will move that fast.
All right, let's just finish it off then, boys. So on that note, guys, thank you for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys comment as well down below. And next time Indy posts on his Instagram about questions, just make sure you guys ask as much, because technically that's pretty much what we want to cover as well. We get tons of questions from you guys, and it'll just be great to just have more and more, so we can just touch on topics every single week. And again, thank you for listening.
Comment, like, subscribe, all of that, and hope and by all means, we thank you again for approaching us about the podcast. We're glad that you're enjoying what we're doing for lifters.
And Espin, send me that link to buy followers, yeah?
Bro,
10K durance soon come.
peace out.